Yeah. It's Friday night and the lights is bright, Jack. You know what I'm saying? We all the way live up in here. As always, Rodney the Punisher Jones is here.
What is up, people?
Yes, indeed. And then we have Mr. Weapon X himself, live from the X Mansion, preparing for beard shaving any minute now.
Maybe tonight. Maybe tonight. Hey,
Oh
everybody.
shit!
Uh-oh.
If you get enough White Walkers up in him, he'd be straight.
Oh, man. I'm drinking for Gary tonight, baby.
And then still on cloud nine, Mr. Gary Speed, come on, you Spurs, is in the house. Gary, let him in.
Oh, Musashi Soko. Oh, Musashi Soko. Come on, you Spurs, let's have it.
And then on the $5,000 royalty every time this man come on to MCE, we got the statue shining himself, fresh off the Ghost Rider, Jack. Mr. Junior Collector, better known as
What's up, everyone? What's the deal? Thank you for having me, fellas.
Yeah.
Appreciate being here, man. I'm waiting for A-Tim to cut his beard, so
Is tonight the night, guys? Maybe for Easter.
I don't know.
We going in labor any minute, Tim. Don't worry about it. And then we got off the Batman statue collector Rose Gallery, we got Lawrence Yule coming for the first time.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Awesome.
Then our beast in the far east, we got our man Sims.
What's up? I'm waiting to shed a tear once Atim shaves his beard.
Come on, guys.
We could all have group beard shaving night. You know what I mean? You shave your shit. Just shave his peach fuzz. Everybody shave their shit off and go clean baby skin. You know what I mean? And then last but not least, from Universe 616, we got Johnny Waddell, a.k.a. the Spider-Verse.
What's up, guys? Real happy to be here. So much to talk about this week. Some statue reveals that came out this week, and I'm just gonna tell you right now, I'm team long live the beard. So I don't want to see that thing. We're gonna hashtag it, guys. Hashtag long live the beard.
It'll be back in like 2 weeks.
So yeah, y'all, we done had a whole lot of statue activity this week. You know what I mean? Anybody want to go first? You know, just lay it on us. It's all good.
Well, I got my blade back from Dr. Martell.
Oh yeah.
So he back in the house. And I dropped off XM Ivy to him, so that's the next surgery.
So you gave him the whole piece, or just
No, the replacement piece and the original piece and the piece it fits into, and hopefully he's gonna shave down the replacement so that it matches.
He's redoing like the keys and stuff.
The key, like they sent me a replacement part that is the wrong key.
Yeah. So he's gonna be able to redo that part.
Yeah. He's gonna shake that the way it's supposed to be, and finally, Ivy will be taken care of. So,
well, that's good, man. At least,
yeah.
So, Junior, it's been a week, bro. You done lived with the rider for a week. Tell us exactly what's going on, bro.
Man, this was a dream come true for me, man. Mr. Thor made it happen for me, man. I've been dying for that piece for the longest. Everybody had that thing like up on price like crazy. I appreciate you giving me a reasonable price for that piece. That is my number one piece right now in my collection. When it comes to the Marvel side, it really was. If you guys watch my tour of my room, I said it on my video. If there was one piece out there that I would want to get, it would be the Ghost Rider. And I want to say thanks, Thor, for that. I really appreciate you doing that for me. It's going to be safe here, and it's going to be with me for a long time. And it was a pleasure doing business with you, man.
Oh,
and
man,
I will do it again. And trust me, dude, I was shocked when you told me come pick that thing up.
But the whole experience was fun, man. Because
oh my god, dude.
The rangefinder outside went off. I looked. My boy JR was backing the truck up into the Death Star. I was like,
oh shit. You guys, let me tell you something. After seeing that's my first XM piece too. Like Barbara said last night on the show on Monday, I popped my cherry with XM. That's my first.
Wow.
My first XM piece. Yeah, man. That is my first XM piece, and I can say that there, and I saw your Star Wars collection back there with some XM pieces, and XM is unbelievable, man. I think they're doing amazing work, man. I'm gonna go over to the dark side, bro. So.
Oh, welcome. We're gonna ship your red saber out, Junior. Don't worry about that.
But it was a cool experience. I got to see you. That was one of the things.
Yeah.
You know, with you for a while up there, took a couple of pics, and I can't wait for New York, man. I can't wait to see all you guys in New York again.
Oh, it's on. We'll be there for sure. Hey, Roddy, you know he was staying at our hotel?
Yeah.
No, for real?
I didn't know that either.
Oh my god. Oh wow.
So how we man at breakfast or something, man? You know?
Yeah.
You had the restaurant in the back, right from the city. The restaurant right on the back, right?
Yeah.
The bar in the middle.
Right at the water.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we definitely gonna hook up this time.
Yeah, definitely gonna do that. Rodney, now I'm after one of your pieces, man.
Oh no! See, I'm the one that don't sell stuff. Oh man!
You don't want to get rid of that Scarface from Prime One? Give me a call.
Oh, what, Two-Face?
Get Two-Face. You know you're ready.
Oh man!
Call, man. I take care of you.
I don't think that shit gonna happen, bro.
That's gonna be a tough one. That's a tough one.
Let me know, man. Let me know.
Unless they make a bunch of other Two-Faces.
Do it.
I don't know.
Put the coin, Rodney.
No, that's not gonna get a coin.
I'm gonna go for the Punishers because I know you're the Punish man, and I know those are not going anywhere. So I'm gonna take a shot with Two-Face, you know. So whenever you're ready, give me a call. I'll go pick it up too.
Oh man,
You will believe it.
I will pick it up.
Anybody else get anything or anything going on?
I got Mystique in.
Oh yeah.
Live.
Yeah, I got Mystique in, and then I just secured a pretty important piece for me, probably like an hour ago. So my homeboy gave me the homeboy hookup, man. I love that shit, man. That's the best, bro. So that's like a big thing with collectors. It's like, you know, everybody wants to get the money and top dollar and all that, but you know, when you look out a collector, that's the best, bro. That's the best feeling. You get closer and you know, that means a lot to me. So shout out to him. And I can't really say much about it yet because it's not finalized. So, but I'm happy as fuck. So yeah, that's for me.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that goes through, man, because he told me what it was. I ain't gonna say nothing, but if it is, it's a whopper, believe me.
Woo.
I got an email from Sideshow. The Iron Studio Thanos is going to be the 1/4 is going to be shipping out soon. For me, my final payment's May 15th, so I'm still not going to get it for a few weeks. But Jeff Morris, I know most of us here know Jeff Morris. He's also getting that piece, and he's picking his up tomorrow because he ordered it from a local shop, and they already have it ready for him to pick up. So
nice.
You can call them.
About that.
If you're ready, you can call them and say I'm ready to pay.
Oh no, I'm going to pay it on May 15th.
Okay.
I had it set up like that purposely because I'm paying between that, because I got two pieces I'm paying on. I'm paying between that and that Prime One Ben Affleck Justice League Batman, the 1/3.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm paying between those two pieces, and I didn't get the email that the Prime One is going to be releasing that piece for shipping anytime soon. So it was predicted March to May, but it might end up getting delayed one more time. I don't know. There was already one delay on it. For shipping anytime soon.
Oh shit! Sorry.
So, the Sims ain't Piccolo coming soon, bro?
Well, he said that by this month it should be coming out, and he sent me a couple of pictures, showing me the body is complete. It's done and ready. Now he's going to do with the base. He asked me for opinions on the base, and I said, you know what? It's your freedom, bro. Do whatever you want with it, as long as it comes in really nice. And so he said, this month actually, and it's not bad on the price. I actually expected it to be a bit more, but it's like $900 plus shipping.
Not bad.
So I'm grateful for that.
Mm. Shipping shouldn't be too bad. He's not that far from you, right?
Yeah, shipping shouldn't be too bad for me either. When I sent it to him, I think it was like 150.
I'll take that.
Yeah, the box ain't that heavy.
That's what's up.
I'm excited for that.
Lawrence, you get anything in, bro? Or?
No, I don't have anything in. I've got just a couple pre-orders, but I won't see those until probably midsummer.
Okay.
He-Man stuff, or
Yeah, I got the PCS quarter scale He-Man on pre-order, and then I've got the Tweeterhead Batman on pre-order, and those are the only two I got right now.
Nice.
Me, I'm waiting for Sideshow Thor. I was the winner of that.
Nice.
I won that Thor from Sideshow.
That's right.
That's a good one to win.
I know.
one.
I was freaking stoked. I was like, get the hell out of here. I couldn't believe I won that thing, and it's supposed to be here Monday.
damn, this your month, ain't it, bro?
Damn.
April Junior Statue Collector Month.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Can't wait to do the 2.0 room tour when I'm done with this place.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I tell him to shout out the chat before we get too far, brother.
Oh yeah, we got a bunch of our homies in here. Gabriel Ross first in. What up, Gabe?
Good unboxing, Gabe.
Life and Style, our homie.
Ooh, the queen.
Divine is in here. Jason M. Archangel. 8-Bit Flea. Emperor Collector says boom.
Oh my.
Old Mizzle.
Edwin Diaz always. Forensic Collect. Alex B. Thompson.
Yeah.
Divine. J. Remy. John Cuevas. What up? Tofi Abigat. Abigbite. Adigbite? Yep. Oh, Rodney Jones is in here. What up, Rodney? Our homie exclusives in here. Joe Miller. Jeff
It's
Morris.
your clone.
He said his name.
Right.
Johnny said his name, and Jeff Morris showed up. We got more. Red Hood. Sonny.
Let's see, Bruna and Barbara.
Bruna.
Oh, Bruno gonna be on here next week, and Barbara and the Queen. So it's gonna be some serious girl power up in here for.
Uh-oh.
Pop culture fate.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So get ready. That's all I can tell you.
It's the day before Punisher, man.
The day before Punisher? What do you mean?
Oh, Baron Thor gonna be at Awesome Con.
Oh yeah.
Saturday morning.
Yeah. We're gonna be at Awesome Con in DC next week and next Saturday. So anybody in the area come through, check. I know James Brown said he's coming through, so that's what's up. So y'all want to break down some movie trailers before we get into the statues, or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, does everybody see the Star Wars trailer? Or?
Oh
Yeah.
What
Family affair.
What does Thor think as Mr. Star Wars in the group?
I loved, and I must say, I have figured out exactly who Ray is, and it wasn't too hard either.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
but I get into after we give our opinions. I'll tell y'all exactly, and it'll make sense too. You know, so Rodney, what you think, man? I ain't hear your opinion yet.
What about who Ray is?
No, about with the trailer.
Oh, I liked it. I mean, but I've been excited for all these Star Wars movies. I'm curious to see how they bring Palpatine back, or if that's even him back, or is it flashbacks, or what they do with him.
Yeah, you know what? Your boy, we call it Star Wars Theory, took a picture with him and Hayden.
I saw that,
and he asked him. He said, "How does he come back?" And he told, Ian McDermott told him. He said he's still dead. So just like I said, that's probably a holocron. Yeah.
Or was he joking when he said it, or was he?
I don't know. That's what he said.
I can't never take them at face value. I think they messing with people. So,
you think he'll be the first Sith ghost?
Well, that's the thing. Sith, they can't become Force ghosts. Like light side ones they can't go too far away from where they died. So it's possible he could haunt where he died at. So he could be in the Death Star. So that could happen.
Because I always well, not always, but I was wondering, could he be who was controlling Snoke? So that's
part of my theory too.
Oh, okay. Well, all right.
Don't ruin it, Rocky. Don't steal his thunder, man.
That was just. I mean, guess I don't think I've heard your theory. This theory yet.
I haven't. I've been saving it for you because I want.
Yeah, I'll wait. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for it. Of course, my girl is Rey, so I'm just hoping at the end she's still good, no matter what.
I think she will be. Gary, what you think, brother?
I called it from day one for you know that already, and I'm still sticking by my guns. I called it day one, mate, and that's I'm sticking by it, and that's what I think is going to happen. So I'm eagerly anticipating the film, and I know it's going to be better than the last one because JJ's great. I think George Lucas has had some input into the film as well, which is good. I mean, obviously, this is the end of a saga, so it's got to be good. It can't not be. And also moving forward, I think I heard that the Knights of the Old Republic they're going to be doing next.
Yeah, that seems
so.
To be.
Yeah, that's going to be absolutely mental. I mean, obviously, I've got some various statues of that and played the game, and so the characters in that are absolutely amazing. So that's going to be really, really good. If that's been confirmed, I can't wait for that. It's going to be awesome.
Totally agree.
I think.
Go ahead.
Well, no, I was just gonna say I think this next movie is gonna make y'all like Last Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's my hope.
It's possible. It's possible. Especially if it's the way I think it is. But Lawrence, what you think, bro?
Yeah, I think it looks great, man. I'm excited for it. It got me re-excited about Star Wars. I think it's got an opportunity to hopefully fix The Last Jedi because right now, I mean the way that was portrayed, that was not my Luke Skywalker. That was just that was just some little bitch crying about stuff. I don't even know. All they had to do to fix that film was have Luke be like, "Oh, what do you mean my best friend Han is dead? All right, let's go kick some ass." And then even when he force projected at the end, either A, have him there, or B, all he had to do is be like this and just knock over all the fucking Empire ships that were coming in there, or all those.
It's not the Jedi way.
That would have just been badass, man. And they just took this awesome moment of Luke
badass
Skywalker.
Is reserved for the dark side.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was just Luke Skywalker being a little bitch, which is not Luke Skywalker. I don't want to go fight.
Bite my tongue.
Hey, Julie, I know you do into it. Did you see it or not?
Well, don't shoot me here, buddy. I'm not. I stopped watching Star Wars from the first 4, man.
Oh no, that's cool, man. I
was into Star Wars when back in the day, but I feel like I don't know. You guys ever watched The Walking Dead?
Yeah, hey, I still love The Walking Dead.
I stopped watching that thing already, man.
I still love it.
It just same thing with Star Wars. I mean, you guys love it. I'm not getting it out. I just feel like it's just so much things going on, and they'll go back and then they go forward, and they go back and then they go forward, and then go back and then they go.
A lot of wasted time. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like you're just trying to make something out of something. And I feel that they should have stopped that movie at least halfway, the trilogy of that, a certain, and start a new one. If you're gonna start something, start fresh, a new trilogy of Star Wars with just like kids or something, or somebody took over the whole world or whatever. But I did love Star Wars back then, and I still love it. I mean, I'm not a fan of it like that, but more power to you guys.
Oh yeah,
I'm a very honest person, and I still Darth Vader, just to watch all that, but I'm more into like Marvel and DC stuff and other kind of stuff right now. But
that's next week too. What is the end game coming out next week? So I don't know how we're gonna do that because I know Tim, you going Thursday, right?
I'm going Thursday.
Yeah, and I'm going Friday morning.
I'm going Thursday night.
I'm going Friday. Also.
Power right there, look, power.
Oh, look at him. I'm not going to be on the show next week because I'm going Friday night with my wife.
Oh, that's cool. We need live broadcast from the
Oh.
Yeah, I might try to see it Thursday.
Damn, spoiler free.
You know, like the same thing. Like I hate like Wolverine and stuff like that. You know, they keep bringing that back. That guy dies. They make so many statues of him. It's like, you know, no offense to you.
What?
No offense to you, but I think, you know, they should make. I think you will agree with me also, Tim. Don't you think they should be making other X-Men characters and the same thing over and over again as an X-Men fan? Don't you think they should be making, you know, like what would you say, a little bit more
like a Lady Deathstrike? Yeah, I do.
Like any kind of like also like
Omega Reds.
Omega Reds. You got also
Pyro, Avalanche.
Like you know, I see.
But I definitely don't want them to stop making Wolverines.
I mean, every time he's making Wolverines, also he's ripping the clothes off, or he's cutting somebody,
or ripping the clothes off.
You're gonna get one Wolverine in your day. You're gonna say this is gonna be the last Wolverine you're gonna buy. Are you always going to collect X-Men for the rest of your life? Are you gonna like for example me, like I had a couple of Batmans, and my last Batman that I'm collecting is gonna be the Batman Hush. Now, don't you want to like pick, like be more selective on your pieces for your space? That won't you want to have a character that you don't have already and save that space so that when that one character comes out?
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean?
No, I get what you're saying, but I do have like a dedicated area for Wolverine statues, and until I run out of space there.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I have 23 right now. So
I know, I saw.
There's always room for more.
Great collection, by the way. I saw you.
It's like Jello.
Oh, thanks, man.
So Tim, would you say you've got a Wolverine fetish?
Yeah. Sure. Is fetish imply sexual?
Yeah,
because
with the claws.
No, I just figure like, you know, like me, I'm trying to like step away from collecting the same characters over and over again. Like I ended up getting Hawkman from Iron Studios. I'm trying to get the Huntress from the Hush line.
You have a large appetite though.
Yeah,
you're not limiting yourself to like just one small thing. You want a full, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not the reason why I'm not limiting myself is because I have space for all sizes. So I have space for 1/6 scale, which I buy. You know, I buy everything. You see that I buy 1/10, I buy 1/6. So I try to fill up my space that I have with certain statues that I could fill my space with. So, you know, I have space for 1/3. I have space for 1/4. I even have space if I want to buy a life-size one. But you know, I just feel like I was telling everybody, like I'm trying to stop buying statues and go out there and get me some like real pieces, like Ghost Rider, for example. Like, you know, I'm trying to get myself some fan art out there if I can that I can get my hands on once in a while. You know, I'm just trying to limit myself for the space that I have now. Like I'm trying to get like really, really, really dope pieces. Like even though I have space I must have space for like 85 more statues.
Dang.
He told me that last week.
I was like, I'm trying to catch you, Gary.
Yeah.
I mean, me personally, I think like if you've got a statue of a character that you like, no matter how many versions come out, as long as you've got one version of that character, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, you know, if you're tight on space, then you know, fair enough. But if you've got loads and loads of room and you love that character, then fair play to everyone for getting more and more statues of that same character. But at the end of the day, as long as you're happy with what you've got, that's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Yeah, see, that's
Yes,
if
sir.
you want to have a podium of the one character and bow to one all day, then that's your choice. Me, I'm just trying to get different characters. Even wait, like I want to wait for different characters out there because I know a lot of characters are going to come out. And I know a lot of people say that it's not going to happen, but you never know. Prime One might get a Marvel license one day. You never know. And if Prime One gets a Marvel license, that'll be bananas, bro.
Oh my God! Don't even say that.
I don't want to. Oh no! Oh
You heard my number
gosh,
one pick.
that's gonna hurt.
As long as they don't get Star Wars, I'm
If they
straight.
make a 1/3 Weapon X, it would go right here. Fuck all this shit.
I know that's right. Prime One, y'all making moves. Make that one.
You never know, guys, because the way things go with Sideshow, man, it takes them 3 weeks to respond to emails. I mean, what's going on? I mean,
I don't know.
You know,
I haven't emailed them.
No idea.
I usually call them. Yeah.
Their live chat things back up.
The what?
Yeah.
The little
Live
live chat icon.
The live chat. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with them with Prime One Studios because they haven't posted no more. I'm waiting for General Zod to go up on their site.
Ooh.
And I haven't gotten General Zod because of that reason. But then I'm hearing that Prime One's supposed to be opening up a warehouse down here. Then I'm hearing that Prime One is figuring out how to get us a better shipping prices more from out of state than what they are, for us from the United States over to them. So I don't know what the plans are right now.
Yeah.
What's
That's
the
just
situation?
Prime One growing up. That's all.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
what's the situation with the shipping? Because I was trying to read about it, but like, I didn't. I don't know.
So
what they have.
I think the problem is Prime One has the worldwide license, but they can't. Collectors in America don't want to pay those shipping costs, so they choose Sideshow as their distributor because it's cheaper, And I think so. I was on the forum, on the statue forum. I know how archaic, and somebody said Prime One made a Predator statue, which I think is that City Predator.
Yeah,
the one that they just revealed.
The wall.
And they didn't call it a scale, but it's quarter scale, and I think that pissed Sideshow off. So that might have been where the rift began. But I mean, that's conjecture from collectors. I don't know the facts. Nobody really does.
Somebody else. Yeah.
And then so now Prime One is opening a warehouse in the US to better assist collectors. And they're giving you 2 shipping options, which is like the speedy shipping, which is going to come on a plane, or you could wait a month, 30-day shipping, it'll come on a boat, and then you'll get it for half the cost,
Or you've got the other option. I can deliver it for you myself in person because I'm speedy.
Hey, that's why his name is Gary Speed.
That's it.
Oh, do y'all think this is a part of like Prime One just growing up? Because I'm sure companies use Sideshow because it's convenient, but I'm sure they would rather not split their profit with Sideshow.
Yeah.
So if Prime One gets big enough to where they can have a warehouse here, isn't that the natural?
To me, I think Prime One. I'm kind of with you on that, Rodney, because I think Prime One might have just been almost using Sideshow to gain their brand, to get their name out there and become more popular. So now that collectors are, pretty much addicted to their stuff, they're like, all right, now's our opportunity. We've got our name out there. People in America know who we are. They want to buy from us, but we need to offer them a better shipping rate. So let's try to branch out and do the U.S. Warehouse. I think that's a good move for them. So,
I mean,
exactly.
Is it allowed for them to do that? That's the next question. Is it allowed?
What?
I mean, I guess only will be DC if you come there. Basically, it'll be just a warehouse for them.
So, as far as I know, nobody has the 1/3 Marvel license.
Nobody does.
Except for XM. But XM
not US, is it?
might have only for their region. I don't know why they would buy the 1/3 scale license worldwide.
Yeah, but
that'd be scary.
Does 1/4.
Yeah, but they're doing a 1/3 Magneto, a 1/3 Spider-Man, and a 1/3
And a
Captain America.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm capping those.
The Magneto,
I didn't know they were doing a 1/3 Spider-Man.
Yeah, the silhouette that they showed was the magnetic force field forming around him.
I
And it
saw the
looked like he
Magneto
was
one,
just
yeah.
like standing like museum style, like fucking.
God.
Yeah, so
Oh shit.
maybe I should stop buying Wolverines because. But that would be my fourth Magneto. So you know,
that Magneto.
Better watch out. Yeah. Better watch out with him. It's gonna be full Jim Lee suit and everything.
yeah, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
but then
I'd
again,
buy it.
you know, you just gotta, you know, figure out a way around to get it. Like always, what we all have to do is get those pieces. It's just, you know, I just feel like I don't understand why one company is only allowed to have a license for Marvel. I just feel that that's wrong. I mean, to my opinion, I think everybody should be entitled, and I think the fans are the ones should be able to choose. I don't think you should be forced to buy from one company. I think everybody should have an open mind and have the opportunity to buy from any company that would like to bring out their products. I don't think that we should be bound to one company to buy Marvel products.
Yeah, no, yeah. Go ahead, Ron.
No, I was just gonna say I agree with that, but is that Sideshow's fault or is that Disney/Marvel's fault?
Sideshow holds that contract, man.
But I mean, they're just playing the game that Disney put out for them to play. So
right. And they invented the quarter scale game.
Mm-hmm.
There was no quarter scale statues. Sideshow bought the license, made quarter scale statues, built the collectability of quarter scales all the way to what they are today. And every year they go back and redo their license, and they will overpay because they don't want to share it. And I would do the same thing. And anybody who says that they wouldn't is like, you know, your business is bound to fail.
Yeah.
You know, eventually that's
what they've been selling for. I mean, that's what they've been doing all this while.
Yeah.
I mean, they used to sell even Randy Bowen statues.
Mm-hmm.
Randy Bowen really was the one who brought all this out for everybody. To be honest with you, to my opinion.
Right, in 1/6 scale for sure.
Randy Bowen was the one who started it all, and you know, and I feel like I don't know. I mean, I understand business. I just feel like if you are a real company and you want to compete, I feel like if I own the license, if I had to, I mean, I feel like if I'm gonna be one of the, you know, sculptors or one of the, you know, basically making statues, I like competition. I don't feel like I should, you know, I don't know. I just feel like
Sideshow doesn't want competition; they want money.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
but then again, you know, Sideshow does hit or miss a lot, and this is the problem. It's just becoming the problem. No, it is.
I don't know if companies want competition once they get a certain size. They once they get a certain size, they try to stifle all their competitors. So Sideshow's no different than Apple or Google.
I was just gonna say Apple as an example.
Yeah. So
again, even though the Apple, yes, and then you got Samsung. I'm a Samsung fan. I could care less about Apple. I know a lot of people are Apple fans, but I don't like Apple, to be honest.
Yeah, but think about it. Apple came out with the touchscreen first, right? Imagine if they could have said no other company can use it. You think they would have shared?
I don't know. I mean, I think
of course they would not have. They would have been like, no, we're the only company who can make a full touchscreen.
You can't say that with TVs. I mean, look, even flat screen TVs. I mean, how many companies sold that patent? No matter what, I don't think you're able to. In a competition like the OLED, LG was the first one who came out with OLED TVs. Mm-hmm. They sold their patents to Sony. Sony started making OLEDs. Samsung started making OLEDs, and I just feel like that's the right thing to do because you're giving the consumer an opportunity to pick where it comes from. Like me personally with TVs, I'm always going to go to LG because they were the creators of it. So if you feel like Apple was the creator of a touchscreen, so then you should buy from Apple. It doesn't mean because Samsung came out with, I mean, that's all the opinion of the people. I mean, if actually they start the 1/3 scale, great, and that's more power to them. If XM wants to make a 1/3 scale, I mean, if you put a Colossus next to Sideshow and XM, who will win? To your opinion, you never know.
Just like you said, yeah, I as a consumer.
Yeah, you never know because Sideshow could have brought up better Colossus than XM, or Storm could have been coming out better than Sideshow. So I think it gives you more of a balance to choose where you want to buy from. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Buying a statue from a company now is like art. It's like your perception of that piece of work is how you think of a piece of art. I like, for example, when you go buy a comic, if you want to buy a CGC comic and you like a certain person's piece of artwork on that comic compared to somebody else's, it's the same principle with statues. If you like the looks of one statue compared to the other, then you're going to pick that one. And it's the same when you buy a comic or a piece of art. Exactly the same principle.
But see, guys, what I'm saying, like the example you're saying, that to me is like, let's say for Sideshow, Sideshow, for example. All right, a lot of people don't have the hookup to get an XM, so they'll be saying, "Man, I like to get the cable from XM, but I can't get it." So, man, I gotta get Sideshows because they need a cable, nothing's coming out. Or, it still looks good, but
Sideshow wants it that way.
Yeah, and that's not basically buying something.
That's why they want to distribute for XM.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because they know that you're not really happy with that piece, because that's the only thing. And I don't think, again, my opinion, I just feel like you should have. I think that everybody should be able to do what they like. And
do you think that the hobby or the community is large enough and strong enough to sustain that many options?
Well, it's not the options. It's basically stop making so many statues. Like example, and I know you guys don't agree with me. XM does a low number of their pieces. It's made to order. I think Sideshow should do the same in their, which people say, yeah, they do. They don't know what the but to me is if you want to make money and profit on something, you make 500 pieces. Perfect example. Prime One makes 500, 700 pieces of their statues. I feel like Sideshow should do the same. I feel like SM should do the same. I feel that it's enough for the community, but you over flooding the community when Sideshow creates statues, 2,500 pieces. They still have on their website. They have Spider-Man. They got Hulk, Wolverine. They have Magneto. They have whole statues. And it's sitting there because it's just, I just feel, I don't know. I mean, maybe
I think as far as Sideshow with their high numbers, some of that helps them. If I'm a new collector, I don't want to hear I got to wait a year for a statue. So if I go to Sideshow and they got Hulk versus Wolverine on their site and I can buy it now or 3 months, that I'm gonna love that. I don't know if Sideshow would make money if they did made to order. I don't think they would break even. And I think y'all were talking about this last night with Omar. Yeah, their overhead, I think, is too crazy. They would not make money. And if we're arguing about prices, the prices go up when you do low edition sizes. So
but then you
pick your poison.
Yeah, but when you say made to order, let's say for an example, you're making 2,500 pieces of one statue. Why don't you make 1,000 of two statues? 1,000. They won't lose any money. Instead of trying to bring out 500 statues of one character, why don't you bring out 2,500 statues of 2 to 3 characters? So no matter what, you still get your 2,500, but you still get different characters that you should be bringing out there and make money off. You understand what I mean?
So how do you think? And I'm just asking because I don't know either. How do you think it works for the sculptor? Do you think Will Harbottle makes a salary for the year no matter how many pieces he sculpts? Or do you think every time they peg him and say, yo, you need to sculpt another piece for us, he gets paid for that piece particular?
I think plus, they get paid for each piece.
Right. Then they got to get paid for each box that they got to make.
Okay.
They got to make new foam cutouts. I don't know, bro.
I just feel like you're just bonding to one. You're putting your cookies all in one jar and hoping that one character sells.
Yeah, but what you're saying, but Junior, what you're saying is you're saying 2,500 statues of 3 different characters so divide that by 3 instead of one character 2,500 statues. Think about how much more money that's going to cost them to produce 3 different sculpts and then 3 different paint jobs, 3 different types of boxes. Everything.
But don't you think it'll still be the same thing if it was one character? It's the same thing. Still got to be produced.
If it's the most popular character and they know it's going to sell, if they do 3 characters and only one of them is the most popular, that's going to sell the best, and then the other 2 might sit.
I guess, and this is kind of a different conversation than what I was bringing up, right? I'm not saying Sideshow's flooding the market for collectors, making too many of their individual pieces. I'm saying, do you think that there's enough collectors and enough money out there and enough room in collectors showcases for 5 different companies to make 5 different quarter scale Wolverines at the same time and battle it out?
Yes.
I don't think that there's enough money to sustain
no,
each
I don't think
business.
so.
No.
That
Certain
eventually one of those
companies
would fall.
will, companies will fall. Yeah.
You see the demise of them.
I think this is growing. The technology is growing. The scopes get better every year. The movies, the kids.
But think about how many collectors can only pick one piece out of those 5. If there was 5 companies making the same character, there's so many collectors out there that are only going to pick one of those.
Okay. So then,
so those other companies are going to suffer because there's too much competition flooding the market. That's what Tim's saying.
But a lot of this is also on the collector too, because like for me, I love the choice. Make 5 to 10 different Punishers. Let me pick. But I understand, that's gonna hurt.
The other
overall, everybody. Yeah. But yeah, I'm always on the side of choice. But it's a tricky.
The companies are they're business minded. It's bad business.
They gotta pick the stuff.
They gotta make their money.
They can't gamble as much as we want them to.
Yeah, they gotta put that food on the table for their families, man, just like we do.
This is my take on it. I personally think with the different companies doing all the different versions of the statues at present, I think that's all going to eventually stop. The reason why I say this is because you're coming to the end of Avengers Infinity War with Endgame. Okay, Marvel have already announced that the next set of films in relation for Marvel are going to be in outer space. So you're going to be looking at maybe War of the Realms. And then also in relation to Star Wars, it's the end of that saga. So you look at Knights of the Old Republic. So basically, there's scope now for the companies to now make new statues for different characters. So I personally think that all this, with all the same companies making the same statues, I think it will eventually come to an end because of the demand from the new quota of films that are going to be coming out.
Don't forget the X-Men in the MCU now, so
that's why we're getting so many X-Men right now, and that's a perfect example of, like, look, Iron Studios made a Weapon X, and XM made a Weapon X. XM made 900, and they sold them all. Mm-hmm. Iron Studios made 300, and they sold them all.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
But the Iron Studios one doesn't hold its value because collectors are pushed towards which one has the highest quality, which one is liked more by other people, and imagine if there was 3 more Weapon X's from companies at the same time. 2 of them would fail. They would fall.
The reason why Iron Studios Weapon X sold out was because it had an extremely low edition size. Not a lot of people ordered it in the first place. So that's another thing. And people, when they buy things, like imagine if you had 5 Punishers, you're gonna pick the best one out of all those Punishers. The reason Iron Studios didn't get picked was because it had a lot of issues. It was a great statue or representation of Weapon X, but was it on par to XM's Weapon X? It wasn't.
I saw them both, and I can tell you it wasn't.
Yeah.
You're talking about
the base. Yeah, I saw
over,
Yeah, I mean, you see the base, and you can see decals stuck on to some of those panels, and it wasn't pretty.
I swapped the base out.
Yeah,
I had to swap the fucking base out.
The thing is, like, if a company wants to make one particular statue in a large edition size, I'm just hopping all over the place. Think about how easy that would be. I mean, look at XM's recent Omega Red, right? They said casting another mold for the swap out arms is going to be too hard and it's going to be too expensive.
Because they're using metal for the tentacles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So imagine if they did that. I mean, imagine that in statue form. You got one Spider-Man that's going to have 5,000 edition sizes. You're just copy and pasting that Spider-Man. You don't have to teach the painter to paint differently. You don't have to teach him how to paint a new character whatsoever. You're just copy and pasting that exact same it's going to be cheaper, it's going to be faster, it's going to be easier on the QC. Whereas if you had 500 statues of a particular character and 500 more, and you had 5 of them at the same time in the factory, those painters are going to fuck up, and those molds are not going to be as perfect, and it's going to cost a lot.
I mean, but look at XM. They're a perfect example. They make a lot of them all at once.
Yeah, and some of them don't come.
I mean, to my opinion, I think XM sells out pretty well on their pieces.
But they're not.
Yeah.
They're not
Well,
selling out.
they're made to order now.
Yeah,
That's why they went made to order.
Making much less
waiting
pieces
for a statue.
Huh?
How long are you going to be waiting for the XM statue?
Well, probably
2021 for that.
Yeah, but you get like 3 of them in 1 year, depending where you order them. So you get like 3 of them next year. You get another 3 the following year, depending on what they're making.
Yeah, you get a lot more. You get a lot more than that from Sideshow, then.
Yeah, by the time those X-Men come out from XM, people will have the whole new Sideshow line in hand.
Now, now you as a collector, would you wait for the XM, or you just want to jump on the bandwagon and say, I'm going to buy this because I want to have an XM piece, I'm going to go to Sideshow? That's what.
Which one do you like more?
That's why you said
which one you like more.
That's what.
Which one do you like more, Junior? And do you? Because let's not fake. There are obstacles with XM. There are obstacles with XM. So, are you willing to deal with the obstacles? And which one do you like more?
They are obstacles, and you're right about that. I just feel like now. I mean, I do have pieces that I like from Sideshow, and I do like XM pieces that I like from XM from Sideshow. I mean, they both. To me, it's a balance for me when I buy pieces from both of them. Like the cable they brought out now for Sideshow, I kind of like, don't knock me on this, but I like the Sideshow piece better than the XM piece.
Why would I knock you? I agree.
You know, I mean, that's just my opinion. Now, if both cables came out at the same time, I will buy the Sideshow cable to me. Hawk-wise, I don't like the XM Hawk that they had. They were building a red Hawk, and they had the other one. The only one that I liked from XM was a special one with when the Hawk is transforming.
Oh man, that's the best Hawk on the market.
Yeah, transformation is really nice.
That thing is a masterpiece. That's one of my another girl piece that I would like to get in the future. But to me, which I haven't seen yet, the Hulk from the Hulk versus Wolverine, I love that piece. I own that piece.
Thank God they made 2,500 of them.
I love it.
So now new fans can get it.
But I got that when it first came out. So I wasn't waiting till that thing come out. And then now you have the Gladiator Hawk from Daniel Bell. That now I'll prefer that Hawk from any. Like I said, this is what I mean, that the companies should balance each other out. I mean, don't buy something because you feel that you, as a collector, can't wait. If you were able to get an XM piece, I'm just giving you an example. Let's say it was able for you to pick up an XM piece. Would you wait the year to pick up that Colossus, or you'll be satisfied because Sideshow brought out the Colossus and brought out a Gene faster than them? So you know what? I'm thirsty. Let me buy the
faster and half price.
It's up to you now. Now, when you go look at the market, what holds its value more? A Sideshow piece, which is some rare pieces that they do hold their value, or XM pieces hold their value more than one Sideshow piece?
Yeah, but value only matters if you're selling.
No, value only matters because when you drop that, you're not going to keep these statues. I mean, eventually, these statues, I'm not going to leave this burden for my wife. I don't want to. Hopefully, I don't drop dead and have all these statues laying around. And what's he going to do with all this? Like I always told them, I'll probably end up having these statues for, if I make another 15 years. Another 15 years, I'm going to be. I'm 42, bro. Another 15 years, I'll be like almost.
You looking like 30, bro.
57.
But
you'll still be kicking. You'll be buying. You'll be having a third room. Don't say that to yourself. You'll be working on a third room, Junior. Still trying to get Two-Face from me.
Pieces, for the rest. I don't see myself having these statues for the rest of my life. Now, if my kids were into the hobby and they wanted this kind of stuff, maybe I'll leave some behind for them. But eventually, dude, this is a burden that you don't want to leave behind to none of your family, bro, because it's a lot, and you know that. It's a lot, and this is something you have to go on eBay. You got to sell. You got to make sure you know the price. My wife doesn't know one damn thing about how much a piece should cost and what's not.
You gotta make a list. You gotta make a list and just keep it handy so it's left behind. In case you die.
You know, I mean,
doesn't that kill the fun though? If you're worrying about how much you're gonna lose on it when you sell it, that doesn't kill the fun for you.
No, because if I sell my pieces, I'm going to sell them at retail price of what I bought them for. Or if I look, I'm not a flipper. I'm not a flipper, dude. If I can make, let's say, I'm not. I'm gonna rephrase that. I'm not a big flipper. Athena was what?
Junior, I love you, dog.
Let me
rephrase that.
Let me rephrase that. Get rid of my Thanos. If I was to get rid of my Thanos, I'd probably sell him for $1,700.
So you'll make a couple bucks, but you're not knocking them over the head.
Yeah, I want somebody to enjoy the piece. Like example, throw it for me.
Right. Yeah. It's a fair market value as opposed to like I'm holding you to the wall and I'm making you empty your pockets out.
Like I would never pay $2,500 for that Ghost Rider. I don't care who you are. $2,300. I won't pay for it. $2,000. My line was $2,000. Sorry, Thor. You need to know that.
And that's the bottom line.
That being said, what XM pieces are you creeping on now, brother?
Me?
Because I know you think about it.
I got a couple out there that I'm trying to go after right now.
Oh shit!
I figured that.
I just feel like you can. I'm not in this market. If I can make another collector happy, I'm going to do that. So if I decide in the future that I sell my Ghost Rider, I'll sell it the same price that I got it from Thor. It's not. Look at Magneto on the throne. How much they want for that thing? Like $5,000. Like 4,500.
Yeah, they great.
Man, what are you trying to achieve with that?
I'm trying to reinvest my money.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just feel like you call me and you say, "Hey, Junior, you got that Spider-Man dude?" And everybody online got it for $1,500, and you come to me and say, "Hey, you do $1,100?" I'll say, "Yeah, here you go. Take it. I'm good. I made $200. I'm happy. You pay for the shipping. I'm out the door. I will sell it. That piece ain't selling on eBay. I'm gonna sell it at a retail price."
On that note, Junior, I'll give you 1,000 for Ghost Rider.
65.
Only 23 more years, Gary. Don't worry about it.
Lawrence, what's your thoughts on all this? I want to hear what you got to say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely in the camp of, I don't think that it's sustainable for every company to be able to make a lot of characters at a smaller edition size. Again, if there were 5, 6, 7, there's so many companies out there now, and everybody made all the same characters at all the same time, kind of free reign license, I think is the question. I really see that a lot of companies aren't going to make it, and I just don't think that that's sustainable. I don't think that. I mean, the community is large, but at some point, with the prices and everything, a lot of people draw the line and say, "That's it, man. I'm done." This is a lot, and a lot of people who are in this community now are starting to say that already. And if that would drive prices even to be higher, I don't think that it is sustainable, because you just at some point you look around and you go, all right, that's kind of it's a polystone piece of plastic. I got a limit. I'm done.
Yep.
I got a limit. I can't. Quarter scales are getting $700-800 now, and it's 800. Yeah, and it's just like 450. It was 500. 600 even,
and then you add a $300
pretty good
cost,
right? And then I mean, you're $1,000 just for a quarter scale now.
It's hurting.
Right. I do think though, if there was more, if there was like multiple companies making the same character at once, I think it would drive prices down, because they would be struggling more to sell them, so they'd have to lower their prices.
Yeah, I think so, and I still don't know if it's sustainable doing that.
I think that's one thing that's probably the only good thing that would come of it, I think.
Sure, and I don't know that they want that because I don't know if they could.
Oh, I know they don't want it.
Make money on that.
Yeah, the factory cost.
They don't want it.
The factory cost probably won't go down. The cost for the art director, the cost for all the overhead they have, from art directors to if you're doing mixed media, the people who are doing the clothing. You've got the sculptor then after the art director gets says their vision, and then you've got people who are going to finish that product off, make the mold, refine that, paint it, all of that cost. To your guys' points, the boxes, the inserts, everything.
I just feel like if you're gonna make a piece, and I think that's what matters, because when you have that kind of I feel like Thanos on the Throne, when they came out with that piece, they took their time with that thing, and that thing sold. That thing was an amazing piece. I just feel like when you're throwing out so much things and you're just trying to put out statues, you're not really taking your time to making sure you're putting out an amazing piece. I think if you were to say, you know what, let me take my time with this piece and this will sell. I just feel like Daniel Bell to me is a great sculptor. That's my opinion. Again, I just feel like
opinion.
Huh?
It's a great opinion.
But,
Absolutely.
You're not wrong at all.
No, Daniel Bell is fantastic.
Amazing.
And I think Sideshow has a great guy on their side, and I just feel this has to do with and again, I'm gonna say there's a lot of fan art out there that they're great sculptors, and I just feel like if those pieces that we like to buy on the side or have, why can't Sideshow have the time to make a piece like that or have a piece made like that, where they know that it's going to sell because the community like those scopes being made from other people. I don't know. I think there is a market for everybody. It's just having the right sculptor and the right statue made that people love.
But art is one of those things that's so difficult, man. You can't. It's not easy just to make something that everyone's gonna love. Thanos on Throne is an anomaly. It's not like you can't just replicate that over and over again with every character.
Don't you think
art? So,
don't you think don't you think a lot of fan art that's out there right now are amazing? Then what
no,
you see,
I don't.
Some, not
some. I don't know about a lot. Some.
The majority.
Yeah, like 15%.
I think the majority is.
I don't.
The majority of fan art is more free.
That's the nice thing about art, though. When you talk about art, it is a subjective thing. People, you think that the majority is really good, and I think that 15-20% of it's really good. Yeah. And that's okay.
That's okay. Yeah, everybody has entitled to their own different opinions on that. I just feel like they take more time and put more.
So Dan Dynamic Menace is in the comments right now, and he's saying licensing is why it's not up to Sideshow, it's up to the licensor. Yeah. Which I also that's my understanding, that the licensor dictates how many pieces they have to make of each character. Sets a threshold. Like, if you're gonna make Wolverine, you have to make 2,500 of them, because I'm letting you use my character, and I want to make money off of it too. And the amount of money I think Wolverine is worth is the percentage of my license fee times 2,500 pieces. That's the million I need to get. So if you want to make it, you got to make 2,500.
I think the licensure too also has a lot to do with the look of the character. So like I was just saying, it's art. So but the final look of that statue has to be approved by the licensor. So how many pieces they've sent renders to that got denied? That maybe we would have liked more, but the licensor said, "Nah, we don't want our character to look like that."
Look at Rogue. The original Rogue had a beautiful wedgie, like the cartoon. I swear. If you guys look back on the Vince Vell custom video, he dremeled out the crack of her butt and resculpted it to make her have the original prototype wedgie. Because Marvel was like, "Nah, sculpt that wedgie out. We don't want our characters hypersexualized like that." And that's
Trust
wild,
me,
right?
Tim. Trust me, Tim. I had a wedgie Wednesday night around about 11 p.m. at night, mate. Trust me.
Coys, baby.
All I gotta say at the end of the day, Sideshow has awesome pieces. XM has awesome pieces. I just wish that we had a little bit of a wiggle there, that we could be able to choose more of things that we had. At the end of the day, I'm not trying to put any company down. I just feel
I feel like there's too many choices out there.
Yeah, but the problem is getting to those choices that you can't get to. Like, you know, you can't really, like everybody says, like Ronnie said, it's an obstacle to get an XM piece. You know, I just feel like we shouldn't be jumping through hoops just to have something that as a fan base we should be able to
myself speaking, Jimmy. I mean, like me personally, I think the best collections for people to have is to have a variety. So if you've got a couple of Prime 1 pieces, a couple of XM pieces, a few sideshow, a couple of fan art pieces, you know, of characters that haven't been done, then that's perfect. You know, you don't need to go mental with your collection. As long as you've got a small variety from the different companies, I think to me that's the best collections to have. You know, so you know, and in relation to sideshow, unfortunately, I think at the present moment in time that they're looking at pushing a high demand out on the statues, and obviously a high volume on the pricing to make a quick buck. And they're not taking into consideration the quality of the product, and therefore a lot of the people now getting their pieces in, and they're not of high standard. Unfortunately, not like back in the day when they first come on the scene.
Thank you.
So you know.
Well, when was the? I don't know, man. I just got Mystique in, and a bunch of people didn't like it, but I'm happy.
But you can fix it, like you said in the video. I'm gonna do a little painting here. I can fix a little thing here. You still gotta fix something on it, though, right? You still gotta fix something on it.
Right, but I'm happy enough that I don't want to spend $1,000 on the XM one. So what I'm saying is, you know, one man's trash is another man's treasure, and that's always going to be a true statement.
I guess. I mean, if I'm gonna spend some type of money, I want to get my money's worth. That's how I feel about it. I mean, if I'm gonna spend $700 for a statue, I still want it. I mean, nothing's perfect in the world. God made the world, and it went the other way. So everybody's not perfect, you know. So I just feel like, let me tell you something. Sideshow, the Captain Marvel, that piece is beautiful. The Venom, I love the Venom. The Spider-Man they created, I love that Spider-Man. The comics that they came out with, I got that comic. I never had any issues with any of my first sideshow pieces that I bought until basically coming into last year's, where a lot of pieces were coming.
Do you think that's because sideshow was maybe rushing to get too many out?
I think so.
Is that what you're getting at?
This year they've had plenty of hits, man. They've already had. I got Daredevil and Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and they're both amazing.
I got Miles Morales, but a lot of people had issues with Miles Morales, with the hands falling apart, the paint job on Venom on their eyes. I mean, same thing like sideshow. Like
I didn't hear about anything of that.
And then you're gonna see a review on one of the Daredevils. The guy got paint all over his face. You'll see it's coming up soon. It has paint all over his face from the Daredevil. So people are having issues with it. It's just,
but that's what the percentage.
Think about how many Daredevils they made. You're talking about one guy.
I just feel like even less percentage you have.
Yeah, bro, but look at how many storms came with broken hair. Every single one.
You can't blame that.
The percentage is way higher.
Why can't you?
I'm talking about the quality when you receive it. Anything breaks in shipping. I got sideshow broken. I got one.
Yeah, bro, but every single.
But Junior, you're talking about
who posted their storm had broken hair. There isn't a single
person. Can I talk about my XMIV there? Can I talk about XMIV then? Because that wasn't a break.
You're talking like that Daredevil was 750 exclusive. So you're talking like one person had paint issues on the face. I didn't see hardly anybody with issues with that piece. So
and that me too. Like I said, I have a lot of pieces that I have gotten that it was okay. That was banging pieces. Like right now, don't you feel that sideshow skin tones are way off on their statues? I mean,
no, but then again, I've only gotten two this year. I've only gotten two this year with skin, and that's Daredevil and Miles Morales. So
I just feel like skin tones, like Superman. I got that piece. I own it. I love it. Is it my favorite one? Right now it is, but I don't think it's.
People were saying, and I saw this on another chat, that they were comparing the face of Lex Luthor to Superman. Lex Luthor is darker than Superman, still, even though they made Superman supposedly too dark.
Johnny, what was your first premium format?
I think the Spider-Man.
And you bought that direct from Sideshow?
No, I got that on the resale market. But,
it was exclusive?
I mean, direct from Sideshow. Out of what I have right now, I have Daredevil and Miles Morales are the ones I bought direct from them.
Your Spider-Man's exclusive?
Yeah, I have the exclusive.
Oh, so that's why you bought it on the secondary market.
Right.
Okay.
Exclusive.
Because I was gonna say, it's collectors that are just starting up. They go to Sideshow site and they go, boom, Spider-Man, sweet. Because I almost knew that it was your first piece. Like Spider-Man started it for you. You got the taste, and now you're hungry, like all of us. And you start collecting a full line now because you're like, yo, this piece with Green Goblin and this piece, it's part of what feeds and fuels us. So that kind of stuff is good, man. I don't know, man.
I mean,
personally, I started with Prime 1, but for Sideshow, the Spider-Man stuff was my first real Sideshow stuff.
I mean, I think the scopes were better. I think Batgirl, the old Sideshow Batgirl was amazing. I thought the Huntress that they made, the skin tone, everything was amazing. Batwoman is amazing from Sideshow. I mean, the Catwoman that they made, the old school Catwoman, even Wonder Woman that people were saying about the face sculpt being all old and
how's the skin tone? How's the skin tone for the new Batman, Junior?
The new Batman, I think it's a little dark on his face. It's dark. He's tan. He looks Puerto Rican. Imagine all the dark, like when you look at the Green Lantern, the old Green Lantern, that skin tone's amazing. When you look at Lex Luthor, you look at the new Batman. When you look at the new Superman, they all have tan skins. When you look at the Aquaman and when you look at Bane, when you look at Catwoman, when you look at Wonder Woman, like all the old skin tones of Black Canary. When you look at even the new Harley Quinn has tan. Her arms are tan. Like with the glove in here and it meets the neck, it's all tan. Like they have no type of no. What can I say? I don't know. I mean,
are they supposed to be pale just because they're white?
No. If bring Batgirl down here, and I was to compare the Harley Quinn next to each other, you'll feel the same. I don't know if you've seen the old Batgirl before. I don't know.
Do you dislike the pieces?
I haven't seen that piece in person. The old Batgirl.
Yeah, the old Batgirl was amazing. The Poison Ivy that they had was amazing. I mean,
to me that Poison Ivy is like really pale. You know what I mean? That skin tone.
Not the green one. The green one.
Well, yeah, not the green one, but the other one is what I'm talking about.
But to me, I just feel like I don't know. You know, I mean, I like the pieces they have. Basic pieces I can live with it. It's not a deal breaker for me, but that's not what I expected to receive. I mean, it is what it is. It's not a deal breaker. I mean, everything on the scope, the base on these pieces are amazing. I mean, I just feel like they went out to the beach and all hanged out and had a tan.
I mean, lately I have been seeing a lot of negative Sideshow reviews when it comes to pieces coming out. I think that's what's going on. Is maybe they changed factories or something, but I have been seeing a lot of negative.
That's what Ryan been saying that.
I think mostly this year.
Shopping around different factories.
People were disappointed with some of the quality control issues on the Mystique, and then with the Wonder Woman that came out, I think there's a lot of people disappointed with some of that stuff. So,
I think the Wonder Woman thing is all because of how Sideshow promoted it. Because honestly, if you never showed me that, the fancy paint job, there would be no issue with that Wonder Woman because I love it. I love it. But I recognize that it's not like what they promoted at the beginning. So I recognize it's different. They should have, had a production piece and promote that one.
I mean, you got people's hopes up. You got their excitement.
It's like if you go out and you buy a Prime 1 piece or a XM, you're gonna get what's on the promo pick. And with Sideshows, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
Right, but they also upload new pictures when the prototype comes in. And if you get the statue and you're unsatisfied, you could just return it without paying a dime and get all your money back. But then we all act like, well, I wanted the statue. Like, so what?
Right. That's entitled.
Just shut up and
Yeah,
eat attitude, or just fucking return it, bro. It's like, yo, people blow my fucking mind. Yo, the fucking skin tone on this is whack. Return it. Oh, you want it? Though?
Very true.
It. Bro, I'm baffled right now.
I'm sure people do return them, but what happens is people are going to start bitching, and that's going to give them bad press when all the bad reviews come out, and then everybody's like, oh, this was terrible. They return it, but it's not going to help when it comes to the word of mouth, because in the statue community, you get a couple of bad reviews, and everybody's like, okay, that sucks.
Everybody's going to buy that Gladiator Hulk.
Well, yeah.
Including me if it's under my limit.
I'm getting it.
That's what I'm saying. The bad press doesn't do anything. Sideshow,
if it's under 12, I'll probably be getting it.
I think it's mostly with the human skin tones, not the like when it's green or anything like that. I think people are kind of afraid of the human skin tone colors.
For Sideshow stuff?
For Sideshow, yeah.
Tim, I've got one thing to say, my brother. Want some candy?
Yeah, I do. Well, I wanted the statue.
Sideshow gets unnecessary hate sometimes, but some of it they could fix it on their own just by how they promote stuff.
Yes, and Sideshow. Like I said, I like Sideshow. I got a lot of pieces, man.
Well, right now, I mean, like I said on Facebook, I was the guy that with a Venom. Sideshow doesn't want to replace my one of the tendrils, and I contacted Prime One, and they were like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Well, they told me you guys are not providing pieces, so they can't replace it." And they told me, "No, give me the your order number, everything. We will contact Sideshow and see what's going on." So, earlier you guys were talking about Prime One and Sideshow. There is definitely something going on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think Sideshow's salty that they want to leave, and Prime One, like any growing company, wants to leave.
Yeah. I think Prime One
any bigger than that.
Yeah. Prime One's getting sick of Sideshow breathing down the neck, and they're big enough. They've been big enough for a while. They just haven't left because they
couldn't figure out the shipping part.
They hadn't had an opportunity to grow in the States. Now that they have a warehouse, they're saying, you know what? My dick is long enough now. I can go.
Yeah, their dick is long enough because Sideshow stretched it for them.
Yeah. They were the fluffers for a while.
I'm taking crazy pills.
Try one use Sideshow, man. They used them.
Yeah, and everybody's like, well, good for them. Burn Sideshow. It's like, yo.
Well, they used each other, really.
No, I'm still gonna buy Sideshow. I'm still gonna buy from Sideshow, but I think it's good for Prime One. I'm still gonna buy from Sideshow, but yeah, I do think it's good for them to branch out on their own.
I want to buy from Sideshow, but they're not putting any pre-orders up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I want to buy from Sideshow, but crazy.
Breaking news: Prime One status just been updated. We do not need Viagra anymore.
I know one thing. I got 4 Prime Ones with Sideshow right now. So as long as they honor those and don't screw me over on them, they are good.
If you got
the reason why I really think it's sorry. I was gonna say the reason why I think it's so good. I'm sorry, I was gonna say the reason why I think it's so good for Prime One is because they get to actually keep all their profits. They don't have to split any profits with Sideshow, and they deserve that, from the stuff they put out, man. They deserve that. So.
That's all any company, that's natural for any company to want to do that. So
I just feel at the end of the day, everybody's gonna buy what they like.
Yeah.
I just hope that we end up getting our Prime One pre-orders the way things are going right now. I hope they don't cancel everything,
Oh yeah,
they're canceling, give your money back and tell you to go to Prime One and order it.
I guess.
So
I mean,
Jay Remy, man, what do you mean they evolved? Prime One hasn't done anything different from the moment they started till now.
I don't know.
Has
Prime
Prime One
been a great
evolved,
company.
in your opinion, guys?
No, the only thing I would say in
Well,
terms,
just become
the only thing
more
I would
well
say in
known.
terms of
As far
evolving
as
is I think they've expanded a couple of licenses. They've really branched out into I think the anime type licensing in a lot of different areas there where you don't see those particular licenses with other companies, and they've really bolstered their own website, and they have really tried to work I think on getting shipping costs lower, and I think that they do a good job of listening to their fans. Where I don't say that I wouldn't say that every other company is the same way in terms of taking feedback constructively and then modifying their pieces based on that. But I don't know that that's anything different than what they've been doing since they started out. But I think some of it has evolved over time. But with the licensing and stuff. But I don't know. I feel like too we don't know what when you enter into a distribution agreement with Sideshow, there's a contract there, right? And we don't know what the ins and out and the terms of that contract are. And maybe there isn't as easy of a simple clause of a pull out in terms of you have to get 90-day notice, 120-day notice. Is there a notice period? Is it automatically renewed? What is like make contracts for physicians, for example. And when we do that, there's a 90-day out on either side. If the doc's not happy or if we're not happy, there's a no cause sort of like, hey,
shake hands,
kind of
you
thing.
walk away.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you don't know that if that's true for the kind of contracts that they're doing for distribution, especially when they have the licensing to consider. If they've said, okay, you're locked in for so many pieces, we have to distribute so many pieces for you. The licensor said this has to happen. So then you have that third party involved in this as well, right? And so if they're pulling out and they're saying, well, there's just maybe a certain numbers within the contracts that we don't understand, that we would never understand. Yeah. So if someone's pulling out and that wasn't the terms of the contract, I could see where people would get pissy about that.
How come nobody's making a Nightcrawler statue?
Because Nightcrawler sucks.
What the fuck did you just say? Oh my god!
That's the reaction.
Oh wow! Wow! Companies are scared of risk. That's a risk companies are scared of.
You blast my guy and I'll blast your guy. I can take it. Infinity War. The point was because no licensed company can make a Nightcrawler right now. So how come nobody's mad at either company? Because they just accept that. So all this stuff that we are, it's all conjecture. We have no clue what the licensor is allowing or not allowing, or demands or doesn't demand.
Yep.
So we could sit here for 10,000 hours talking about why they're making don't kill anybody, I won't, life.
The only blue-skinned character worth making is Skeletor. There you go.
Oh my god!
Oh wow! Lawrence is bringing the heat.
Welcome to Open Mic, Lawrence.
They don't want to run out of paint.
There is officially now a solo bounty on your head.
Oh my god! I'm gonna shave part of my beard off, and I'm gonna mail it to your house. And when you get it, that'll be like the black card that you get.
Oh, all right.
It's got on the Sideshow. Who got what in Sideshow here? Any pre-orders from anybody right now?
What? I do.
You guys receiving from Sideshow?
I got Galavar, Thor. I think everything else with Sideshow is Prime 1 right now. But Galavar and Thor.
Okay.
Coming. Yeah.
Anybody by Sideshow? Anybody
else?
Oh,
and Punisher.
Okay.
Punisher. Yeah, I got the Punisher premium format.
All right.
Yeah, Punisher, that's it for me.
Okay. Anybody else? That's it?
I got Iron Man and Wolverine. And I'm thinking of getting the Iron Man bust.
Okay. And then anybody else?
You mean already have or on pre-order?
On pre-order.
Oh, nothing on pre-order. That's like I'm getting several. Or the PCS is through Sideshow, but it's just distributed by.
You ate him?
I only have the Blitzway distribution from Sideshow.
Okay,
the astronaut.
And that's it. And Thor, anything?
I just got a fan art. No, nothing. I stopped doing the Sideshow pre-orders.
Okay. Now, can I ask you guys something? Now that you guys told me this. Now, let's give you an example. If you had the money and you got the money to splurge, are you just doing this because you don't like the pieces that are coming out, or because you guys don't want to spend the money on the pieces that are coming out? Or if you had the money, would you have ordered more pieces this year that are coming out? Or is it
It's a combination of space? It's space for me.
A space. Okay, if you didn't have the space, would you order more from Sideshow?
Yeah, if I had the space, I would have ordered. I probably would have ordered their new premium format that you got behind you. Probably a lot more from that line, actually. I probably would have ordered that Batman, that Joker.
DC, the DC line.
Yeah,
I would have ordered a lot of that DC line if I had the space.
Okay. So there is
For
stuff
me,
that
it's
you would
money.
For me,
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Oh no, I was just gonna say for me, as far as if I had the money, the only piece Sideshow has that I would get that money stops me is their Deathstroke. Oh no, what the dude to kill Superman. Oh, Doomsday. Damn.
Nightcrawler.
I'm like, damn. I would put the Sideshow Doomsday if it wasn't a money issue. Like if money was no object, but it went over my limit, so I'm not getting it.
Don't worry, you wait a year or two, you get it reduced.
Nah. Just to show you guys, let me make sure you guys know what I have. I have the Venom Bust from Sideshow.
Oh, that's a great piece.
I got the Venom
I'm sorry to
Bust.
interrupt you, Junior. Somebody's echoing. Is somebody playing this back?
What?
I'm hearing echo. Is somebody playing this back in the background?
No, not me.
It's like Mike or something.
All right. Sorry. Go ahead. You have Venom Bust. Sorry.
I have the Venom Bust. I have the Punisher. I also have the Green Arrow. I have Green Arrow. I have the Poison Ivy, the new Poison Ivy coming out by them, and I also have the diorama with Superman and Batman.
See, I canceled that one.
See, but I seen these pieces live in New York Comic-Con, so I'm looking at the prototype. Now, hopefully, I'm going to get what they're showing at the conventions. I hope that the production pieces come out the way that
Junior, what about the John Stewart Green Lantern? You didn't like that one?
No, I wasn't. I didn't like the way how he's pulling out the gun. To me, that looked like construct. That looked all plastic to me. It wasn't. It didn't look like I don't know. It looked too like plastic. It looked cheap to me. The face.
That was my third favorite at the Sideshow booth.
Yeah, the face scope. The face scope.
Yeah, they messed it up with that paint.
Yeah, with the paint. Now, but the face scope, that thing was amazing. I mean, the scope on him, everything. I mean, the eyes. I mean, the fade, even the fade, bro. The head coat on him, everything. That fade looked like he just came out from the barbershop, bro. That thing. The only thing that killed it for me was the
just came back from Folks and Master Barber, man.
Yeah. But I mean, it was a great piece. But what messed it up for me was the powers, the way that gun looked plasticky to me. Didn't look. I don't know. It looked like they could have done better. I think it could have been. It
does look a little bit toyish. The front part of the gun, I think. Yeah.
I think they could have done like a translucent, like the 52. If they would have done like translucent, like the 52 from Prime. Like a translucent like that. I like the brighter green, but I would have rather it be more translucent. Yes, with the brighter green kind of look, like you could see through. It looks like glass, like kind of like that. It would have looked amazing on it. I think that would have killed that piece.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I think all the pieces that you have on order, like if I had more room and had a an attachment to those characters, I think they're all great pieces. That you have.
I mean, that's why I have
pre-order. Those. I think Sideshow does still have, they have great pieces that they're producing.
Yo, you have the most Sideshow pre-orders on the panel.
I'm even across the board. I literally have one from every company. I literally have one XM, one Sideshow, one Iron Studios, and one Prime One.
I don't know, man. And again, like I said, like I love your Iron Studios Punisher, Rodney. But I favored, like I said, this is a perfect example again of balance. I think the Sideshow to me is much better looking than the Iron Studio. Iron Studio Punisher is a great piece, but to me, I think Sideshow's Punisher was amazing. When I saw that thing, I never thought I'd ever see a Punisher that looked the way they made that thing. Was amazing, man. That thing was
I mean, it looks great, but when I first saw it with the face paint, I thought, who is that? So that's a problem for me. I'm still getting it because it looks great, but the face paint is
but that was my favorite part about it. He had the skull, face.
I get it.
You know, and a lot of people were hating
I was thinking Chapel. from Image Comics, I was thinking Chapel.
Rodney's like, I don't know who that is, but I'm gonna get to know him. I'm gonna put him in my house.
I'm still getting it because everything else about it was great, and I knew there would be another portrait. So,
Rodney Jones, so you're glutton for punishment, my man. You're glutton for punishment.
No, it was funny because before we got there, he was like, "I don't like this. You know, they don't look too good." I said, "Okay," and we got up there. He looked at Joker face to face.
They did a great job on it, even though it's not Punisher. The way they did the face paint was excellent. Like they did a great job on it. I'll use it on during Halloween, the month of October. He'll have the face paint on. The other 11 months.
One day a year, you're gonna
for the whole month. For the whole month, he'll do it. But the other 11 months, he'll be Frank Cass.
But that scope was amazing, man.
Right.
Everybody was hating on the little smoke that when it was coming out the gun. It was.
I love
that. I love that Easter. Oh my God, the smoke coming out.
I love how his T-shirt is battered and raggedy and ripped. I loved it.
And finally,
I love the bat.
Yeah, the bat. You know, something different. You know, I just and then, like I said, Sacho has a lot of pieces.
I'm tired of him with the gun.
Yeah, me too.
What about the skin tone on that one? How was it in person?
It's good. I mean, I saw the painted version, so I couldn't see. I mean, the skin tone on his arms were good. But then again, the Punisher to me is not. He's not white. He's actually tan. And to me, the comic books, he's not a light skinned dude. He's basically a Caucasian kind of look. That's what Punisher is. So it goes with him to me. I mean, I'm just looking at the comics and the way they were portrayed in.
Yeah, I mean, I love the skin tone from the pictures. I was wondering how it looked in person.
Looked really nice, man. Looked really nice. Pretty X-23 looked good. Psylocke looked good.
She did.
I mean, they looked amazing, bro. I mean, everything looked good in that. And like I said, again, they're all the prototypes. I mean, there's some pieces that were okay to me, but I hope I got that Venom. That Venom was the mind blowing of the show. That bus,
Venom was amazing.
It looked like something Prime One would do. The thing looked like Prime One. That bus. Wow. It looked so wet and nasty. And I'm like, wow. I really hope Sideshow do that right.
And speaking of pictures, the Queen has commanded Vader to start showing pictures. All right. Said enough of this.
Tossing us around from the chat.
I've been telling people.
We haven't even got past the films yet.
I know. I'm gonna get.
Oh yeah, we didn't do the. We didn't do the trailers.
Okay, hold on.
We got to do the trailers first. Sorry.
We haven't done the trailers yet.
We got way off topic for a while.
We got after party coming tonight. Trust me.
What y'all want to hear the theory, or what y'all?
Yeah, I still want to hear your theory.
I definitely want to hear the theory.
I gave my thoughts already on
Thor's about to spoil the next movie.
So listen close because there's a lot to it. Hold on. All right, let's send him. All right, so it starts in. Oh shit! Now people want
Nikki 666.
Nikki Ducati.
He popped in just for the 3.
Yeah. My bad. I'm trying to write Mac.
We're about to go to Star Wars school.
Oh boy. Uh-oh.
All right. So it was something that JJ said that kind of triggered triggered it. He was saying it was always his plan for Palpatine to be the enemy in this movie, right? You know, because he's saying he's the main villain throughout the whole thing. I was like, well, you know, that's true. So then that made me think, you know, who's the main character in all these movies has always been a Skywalker. You know what I mean? You've had Anakin, you've had Luke, and then now, who is it? Rey's the main character. So then the title of the movie came out, it's The Rise of Skywalker, right? So it got me to thinking, in The Force Awakens, you know, the saber called out to her. Now, why would it call out to her? She's got some kind of attachment to it. Now, how would you have some kind of attachment to it? You know, now any Force user could pick it up and see his journey. Like anybody who Force can do that. But to be drawn to it, you got to be some kind of Skywalker lineage, right? So let's go to Your Last Jedi. That scene in the cave when you had that long line of rays, that's telling us she's a clone. I mean, I think everybody's figured that out by now. But what I wanted to focus on was when they got to the end of the line and she looked into that reflection or whatever, it was two people walking forward. We didn't see if they were man, women, what it was. And then they sort of turned into blobs and they molded into one, and then you saw Rey. I think that she has Anakin and Luke DNA. You see what I mean? We have seen, and we've seen evidence of this. We've seen evidence of this. And when we first met Rey, what was she doing? She was building shit. She was salvaging stuff. When we first met Anakin, when he was kid, what was he doing? He was salvaging shit. He was building pod races and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Bill.
She flew the Millennium Falcon, no problem.
Bingo. Anakin is the ace pilot. And then Finn was like, how the hell you fly this? I don't know. I just knew. And I think not only is she a clone, I think she's been engineered to do all this shit. That's why she knew how to lightsaber fight, because the Emperor implanted all this stuff into it. They did it with the clones on Kamino. They did it so they didn't have to train them from scratch. They taught them how to fight. They taught them basic battle skills. They implanted it into their being. You see what I'm saying? So I think they did it with her. And that's why she already knew the basics of lightsaber fighting. She knew a few forms and everything. So she was able to do that. And now here's the kicker. Now, this is something you might, this is just my little take on it. I think everything else is pretty much true, but this is a theory I have. Now, remember when she snapped and all the clones, they didn't snap at once. One snapped, the next one snapped, the next one snapped. I think there's more than one of her out there. I don't think she's the only one. And I think he could have implanted them with other shit. Like he could have used Maul's DNA, Dooku's DNA. He could have implanted all into the other clones. If not, maybe even her. You know what I mean? He could have put all kind of traits.
I got one question.
What?
Well, one quick question. Is Palpatine the only one that could have made her? Or as far as the clones?
I mean, he's the only one that really had the means to commission it. You know what I mean?
He authorized it.
And I think behind the scenes, he's been running everything. I don't even think Snoke knew that he was a patsy.
Thor, you really think they're gonna go with the clone route?
It's obvious. It's very obvious, because how else would she be a Skywalker? Leia and Han, they don't know who she is.
Yeah.
Luke doesn't know who she is. But he had access to Luke's hand. If they found the saber, they found the hand.
What's the Luke parts that she got?
Luke parts, probably the saber dude. I'm trying to figure that out. But
the piloting. Luke was a pilot too.
Luke was a pilot too. Yeah. But Anakin was a better pilot for what they say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
the Emperor would have had Anakin's DNA when they were making him Darth Vader.
He could have got any Anakin's DNA.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think she's just straight up a clone of Anakin, and maybe Palpatine put some of his own DNA in there as well.
Yeah, but you could be right, because the point is you didn't see who it was, and that's why she doesn't know who her parents are, because they use pieces of people to make her.
And honestly, I think Kylo. I don't think Kylo lied to her. But I think Kylo doesn't know.
I don't think he knows. He didn't lie. He just doesn't know. See, the people that she was left with stole her, because that's not their child.
Right, and that's who Kylo thinks is her parents. So he don't know any better.
That's just all Kylo saw, because that's what happened. But that doesn't mean that those are her real parents.
Right. So that would be a theory that she's a grey Jedi and she can use the light and the dark side of the Force.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So how come
voiceover not mean anything? Luke voiceover? That doesn't mean anything during the trailer.
He's a Force ghost.
That could be another clue when she because Luke said it's 1,000 Jedi are in you.
Right. What I'm getting at is why couldn't she be a secret weapon from the Jedi instead of Palpatine making her?
Because there was
is that possible? Like instead of,
but I mean, I think she's still gonna be good. It's just he might have built.
Right, but I mean, why? What?
But it just didn't turn out that way. You know what I mean? And that's why I think there's more of her.
There's too much light in you.
It could be more of them.
Or you think she's almost like a clone thing, kind of like how.
So ignore that Luke narration.
No, I mean,
you think she's kind of like a clone, almost like how Jango Fett and all them in the one, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. She was engineered to be. I mean, but there's like if that's why I say Rodney, she's got Luke DNA because that's the Jedi part of her.
Oh, Taylor Alexander Cassidy saying that hand was attached to the lightsaber also.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. If he had access to, if they found the lightsaber, they found the hand. You know what I mean? So,
but
I'm saying, why would Luke say the things that he said in the voiceover? Is what I'm saying. If he didn't have anything to do with her being made, why would he say what was said?
Because she stole those Jedi books, right? So she's training with him to become a Jedi.
Luke had no idea who she was. So
Luke didn't know who she was either.
So you think so you think that's him as a ghost talking to her?
Yeah, most likely.
Is that what you're saying?
It's got to be.
Okay.
So how come? So I guess the theory that there's 1,000 in her. I wish there was 1,001 in her.
Thank you guys.
So it's fun.
She's the Jedi mind trick, and that's like a Obi-Wan trait.
I feel like a pun coming.
Yeah, I mean, she used the Jedi mind trick, and that's an Obi-Wan trait, right?
That's true. That's what I said. It could be more. No, Luke did it too, didn't he? No,
Luke did it. He did it in Return of Jedi.
Yeah, he did it in Jedi. He did it in Jedi.
When he was dressed as a stormtrooper.
And that was
when he came back to Jabba the Hutt's place.
Yeah. Okay.
So
now, basis on that theory, Floor. I mean, if that's true, what you just said, it makes sense. That would make episode 8 better.
Exactly.
It was already good. It was already great. I don't care, Gary. It was already wonderful.
It was wonderful.
That's definitely not the same Luke Skywalker that was inside the trash compactor saying C-3PO. That was a completely different Luke Skywalker to me.
But it was believable to me. I think he should have lost some hope after this. What we've been through. All this.
I think it was like the drinking milk, the tit milk thing. Like I'm like, what the fuck is happening, bro?
It was. We were Jedi. Everything went to shit. Let me get away from everybody.
I watched that movie the other day. I watched that movie the other time. That movie, it jumps around so much. It's good, then it's bad. It's good, then it has so many good parts, but it has so many bad parts. It was ridiculous, that film.
Yeah.
Only two bad parts for me.
The question is, Tim, was it pasteurized milk, whole milk, or was it semi-skim milk?
No, that was straight from the tit. You drank it straight from that walrus tit. What the fuck was that? The walrus? What the fuck that beast?
It was a heffalump.
Hey, y'all like all the animals when they were in the cantina.
I mean, that was cringeworthy. He drinks
that Luke Skywalker in that movie, that was one of the most wicked times you've ever seen Luke Skywalker. He was such a badass, and that drew me into that movie like 10 times more.
In which movie? Which movie?
In the Jedi there when when they're all firing on him and he's standing there and it's just this hologram. Yeah. The tit milk.
Yeah, he came back. He ended up being the hero at the end anyway. Even though people were mad that he died, he ended up being the hero.
I wasn't mad that he died. I just felt like the force projection was unnecessary. Like if you're gonna give him that cool ass moment, have him be there. Why is it just a force projection?
Yeah, but it's the perfect Jedi move to do a force projection and not actually be there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Plus, because he didn't go with Rey, he didn't leave.
It's showing how strong and how powerful he's become in isolation. That's the thing.
But the stuff before that was pathetic. They made him look like a whiny hobo guy that just hates life. I didn't like it.
We can go back.
Hated life a little bit.
Later on, y'all.
No, but should have hated life some.
It made sense, and then Ray helped bring him back.
Believable.
Yeah, Ray helped bring him back to.
Only thing that surprised me was he didn't jump on the ship when he found out Han died. That was the only part about that I was like, maybe he probably would have left when he found out Han did. Everything else, as far as how he felt about the Jedi, yeah, I believe that.
I only made it through that movie once in theaters and halfway the second time. I just it's a terrible movie.
I watched it 5+ times.
Well, there are good parts to it. There are some cool parts. Like even though the Luke Skywalker
most of the movie
thing was weird, that's still a cool ass scene. You're absolutely right. Just that whole it is badass. I just wish it hadn't been a force projection. Personally,
that was the best part of the movie.
For me, the best part of the movie was Ray and Kylo fighting the Praetorian Guard.
Yeah, that was the best.
Yeah,
part.
that was awesome.
That was badass as well.
Speaking of that part,
badass.
Manimal's asking, explain the Leia powers out of nowhere.
Well,
I can't. That was the worst part of the movie. Worst part of the movie for me.
Super Leia sucked.
Too. She's like all of a sudden, oh gee, she's never been able to use the Force ever. Never even had an inkling of it. And
That
all
was
of a sudden
BS,
she can
man.
be half frozen in space with half frozen eyeballs and fucking.
Oh, she would have been dead instantly.
Right. Can I
In
just
the
say
Marvel,
something?
in the Marvel universe, he would have been dead.
I've actually seen a scene which has been cut from the film, whereby Luke was meditating and he foreseen what happened to Leia, and he then basically used the Force to bring her back into the ship, and that was not added into the film, and it should have been because it would have made sense.
Oh, I agree. That would
that would have made a hell of a lot more sense.
But until I see that doesn't exist.
Yeah,
it's on YouTube.
That's not canon, man.
Yeah, that was the one. That was the one part of the movie I hated the most, for sure.
That scene with the two of them fighting, that should be a Dio, and it should be some wicked ass exclusive. I'm sure we'll never see that, but it would be nice.
Fan art, Hellboy.
What you got there, Thor? Let me see what you got there, Thor.
It's a fan art, Hellboy. They got both versions. The new dude and Ron Perlman. Take your pick.
I like that.
Has anybody seen this movie yet?
That new Hellboy looks like shit.
Yeah, the movie.
The trailers look terrible.
Oh yeah. So
I'll choose the old version.
That is.
I mean, you get both heads with it, so you know you get
like Luke Skywalker, whiny bitch bad, and Nightcrawler bad. I mean, just both.
He taking a shot.
I'm just fucking with you. I'm just fucking
the
with you.
spirit of Jason? What the hell?
So, what do you think about that piece? Whoa!
I love that tentacle work.
Yeah, I do like it.
I think it's cool overall. I mean, I'm not a Hellboy fan in the slightest, so
yeah, I think it looks cool.
It looks cool.
It looks cool. I like it.
I'm a huge Hellboy fan, but you know what? Too many thrones. I wish it wasn't on a throne.
Yeah, that's what sells, I guess.
According to Rodney, every character deserves a throne.
Every character should have at least one throne. Yes,
I agree.
I agree.
That doesn't mean you're gonna buy them all.
I agree.
But your favorite character, you might want a throne piece of your favorite character.
On the throne, would you buy it? If Bruce Lee was on a throne, Rodney, would you buy it?
No, I wouldn't, but somebody might. Well, let me say that. Depending on how the likeness is, you never know.
Okay.
I think that could be really cool.
That piece is
off the top.
I actually like that piece.
Well, this one, this is a Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I actually like that. It's got to do a little bit of, like I was talking with this with George. They got to do a little bit fixing on the skin tone on his feet.
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
Yeah.
And
a little too white.
Honestly, though, this doesn't look like it's even realistic to be produced. Because I mean, how is Spider-Gwen even attached to that?
Well, they're trying to figure that out right now.
Who's making that?
Who's making that? Yeah, what brand is that?
I don't know who it is.
I think it's fan art.
It's a fan art.
Maybe her foot might be pegged in.
Gotta be,
pegged into that octopus arm.
Remove the boom. I don't like the boom.
It's a cool statue for an all-right
cool,
movie.
That is cool.
I actually would like it would have been a lighter.
Ding ding, round 2. Let's fight again.
Oh my god, we're gonna get into the Oscar argument again.
It was all right.
Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't a barn burner movie.
I think a lighter feature on that would be nice with the boom glowing. That would have been nice. A lighter feature on that base would be nice with that.
It's cool.
This from Monster Palooza. This your boy from The Shape of Water.
Yeah, Elite Creature Collectibles. This one.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that. I don't know.
Me neither.
ECC executes really well, but they've got very different properties.
Yeah.
You know this thing spins?
It does?
Yeah, the tube that he's in spins.
Okay.
And you can pull him out and like display him without the tube there. So it's
Wow.
pretty interesting.
But you know what? When you have one of the best special effects designers and sculptors, Steve Lang, in the history of like film in the last 30 years, dude, forget it. They never make a bad thing, that company. I mean, there's not one thing that they've ever made bad, ever.
That looks pretty cool. Is that life size or what is that?
No, it's
1/3.
It's like 1/3, yeah.
That would be awesome with life size. That thing would look
Paul,
sick. Life
Paul,
size.
can you lock your screen, please, mate?
Oh, my bad. I am like
If you're on your phone, Gary, you have to just tap his name.
All right, hang on. I'm still a little bit drunk. Right, I've done it. Oh, dear.
You got a fan art Hulk here smashing Stark Tower.
Nah.
Kucherov brothers.
That's wild.
The guys that were working with Bowen, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You guys are working with
They
Bowen.
doing some XM too. They did a
Hulkbuster.
the Venom. They did the Hulkbuster and they did the Venom bust. The XM Venom bust.
I wonder who this is for.
Unknown.
Yeah.
This is the Iron Man from the
What the hell?
Capcom versus Street
Is
Fighter.
that gun just overly big?
No, it's like that in the game.
Yeah.
When he
Yeah,
does it,
when he pulls it out. Yeah,
I know. What scale is that though?
That's 1/4.
What's the scale?
That's 1/4.
Oh my god,
That looks badass.
that's gonna tilt over.
That's 1/4 gun.
That's about as big as my
What the
garage.
hell?
That's in somebody's garage. Yeah.
That looks scary.
Wow.
With a nice paint job, it will look nuts.
Yeah. They brought that out to life. That's crazy.
They need a bigger base. That thing looks like it's gonna tilt over.
Then my bigger birds need a bigger ship.
A little too top heavy.
Yeah, you got some shit from ECC, just random. I mean, from the Monster Palooza.
Oh wow.
Kind of wild monster.
Oh no, definitely not. No.
Crazy
Oh,
ass shit, man.
was that magic?
That shit give you
old-
nightmares,
Wow,
dude.
that Medusa right there. The Medusa with the
Are these life size? Is that life size?
This one looked like it's life size.
Yeah.
That one was life size too.
That's bananas.
It's from Evil Dead.
Yeah, I think that's from the thing. I think.
I think what the majority of their stuff is what it's 1/3, half, and then
What was that?
That's supposed to be your boy Nicholson.
What the hell is that supposed to be?
Jack Nicholson
I
from The
hope
Shining.
not, because that's way off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That can't be. That's supposed that is way. They need to get some face work done.
They might not have the.
They might not have
license to use
the-
his face.
Exactly.
His head looks gigantic.
Oh wow.
And then they got a fan art Batgirl from the '60s.
What is
What the hell is that?
that face, man? Oh, yeah.
Look at that shit.
What the hell is that?
She's showing you her underarm hair.
You think that's crazy? Check this out.
Oh, what
Bob Ross. Bro.
Does that come with that? What that?
Nice.
Happy tree.
Oh, that's just a bust. This isn't a whole.
Yeah.
That needs an
That's
exclusive
funny.
Deadpool switch out head right there.
That's a must.
What the hell is that on his tray though?
That's
All the
supposed to be paint.
It's the paint
It's supposed to be
stuff.
paint.
Oh, that's his hand. His hand holding.
Yeah.
No, that's his hand coming through.
Oh,
like,
Yeah,
holding
man,
through
right,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell is that?
This for the queen here. It's supposed to be making it girl.
Oh, what the hell is that, bro?
Who was that supposed to be?
I don't know.
That's not Dragon Lady, is it?
It's not from Game of Thrones.
From Game of Thrones. Is that what that's supposed to be?
No, it cannot be. Daenerys?
Yeah,
That's what it's
not,
supposed to be.
The hair looks nice though. the hair looks nice,
Her eyes
but
look like,
that
like
face,
she's
that's not
staring
her.
someone to death or something.
Didn't they do her a while back? A company they had the license to it and they did it.
I think she looks like she's high and shit.
It's also from Monster.
Oh, what the hell is this?
This is from Elite Creature Collectibles as well. One of their busts.
They need to make a jigsaw puppet on a tricycle. Just make it, damn it.
That's pretty cool, man. That's some talent right there, man.
Yeah, that's a
pretty
beautiful piece. That is really
yeah, that looks really
top,
good.
that is top notch. I don't know who the hell it is.
What
but
is
it
this
looks really
from?
great.
It might be their own
Karis.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's cool.
It might be an avatar.
That's y'all talking about this on Monday, Junior.
10th scale.
Yeah. It's the Batman versus
This 10th scale?
Yes,
So like 1/10 scale. That's supposed to be like isn't that supposed to be like a add-on piece to other pieces, or no? That's not the one. No, that's not the one. No.
I don't know. I think Tim looked it up last night. This was like $300.
Shit.
They're making 5,000 of them.
Yeah.
300.
$300, man.
Nah, come on.
Right?
1/10.
It's not gonna be the. It's not gonna be the size as of Batman
Well,
and Croc.
I mean,
No, it's 1/10 scale.
they're consistent. Their 1/10 scale figures are like 150, ain't they?
Yeah.
Aren't they around there? 130. So this is 2 characters. So there you go, $300. Bam.
So they
need some damage on them though.
They wiring up Talon for the lightsabers.
Oh shit!
Yeah, from this angle she looks great. That other shot behind, yeah, something's going on with the.
You getting that, Thor?
With the torso and the hips.
Since I got mine, matter of fact, the sabers.
Yeah, the way her cheek goes or something just doesn't look right. I don't know if he has it from the other side though.
I want to go back to the video where we first showed it.
You got a fan art flash here.
Oh,
that's a beefy flash.
Ooh. If they can they get them flames looking like that? That would be crazy.
It might be clear resin, I think, is what it is.
Yeah, it looks great.
If they could get that, but this is a render, right? This isn't the statue.
This is Flash, right?
Yeah, I think it's a render. Yeah, but it kind of looks.
Yeah, I don't like the way the back.
The flames would look sick if they could.
I don't know how they would.
You don't like the blur?
Yeah,
that
blur. Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that.
Yeah,
that looks.
I love the blur and the flames. I don't think it would look like this when they do the statue, though.
I agree. I think that's going to be super hard to pull off.
It's one of the pieces they were doing with an X-Men character they were supposed to do.
Quicksilver.
Yeah.
Like a keeper. The back would look like a
I wish they would have made that. I would have bought that.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna, to tell you the truth.
They didn't have a front shot of this, but this is Solomon Grundy. Somebody doing a fan art.
God, seriously? Wow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow. Let me see that thing.
Solomon Grundy going on a Monday.
That looks nice from the side.
Solomon Grundy, cousin Al Bundy.
Yo, that's man. Wow, that looks really good, man. Look at that rip, Solomon. Wow, yeah, that looks really good, man. From the side so far. Wow, that's good. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Different characters.
That would be cool. And this is quarter, right?
This is quarter, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This is quarter.
Yep. You got Prime 1, Injustice 2, Dark Side.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I got that on pre-order.
The thing is
I like that one.
I got that on PO already.
I might have to get them, but I want a more comic accurate one. But I mean, this might have to be it.
That's the video game.
Yeah, I know, but I want like a comic book one from Prime 1.
I love that Justice. I love the way he looked.
Then you got a fan art Toxin diorama. Another symbiote.
I don't even know who this is.
Yeah, this must be somebody new. We might have to hit Manimal up. I ain't never heard of this.
This is Carnage Spawn. So basically, how Venom created Carnage. Carnage created him. He's meant to be stronger than both Carnage and Venom.
That's only one now. So that's
And on that other head scope, his eyes look like freaking sperms.
That's what you're saying. Yes. What you saying that Carnage and Venom are one? They kind of like a one symbiote now.
No. I'm saying that Venom spawned, like they give birth to each other. So Venom gave birth to Carnage, and Carnage gave birth to Toxin. So each time symbiote gives birth, the new symbiote is stronger than the old one.
Yeah, because it keeps absorbing.
Yeah.
Evolving.
So when in the comic, Venom and Carnage teamed up to beat this guy.
Yeah, because Multiman.
Fate said this is trash.
You're right, Fate.
I can agree with that, Fate.
If you think that's trash, Fate, check this out.
I'm not a fan. What is
Zach Morris is trash.
That Predator looks like from Speed.
It's a life-size buster.
Yeah,
I mean,
that thing would look great in pieces.
It
Y'all missed that one?
It look great in pieces. With the sledgehammer beside it.
Is that Predator on crack?
Oh, that's even all. The size is the worst, man.
Oh,
that's pretty.
Oh wow.
Everything's great.
I bet this thing is like $1,000 too.
So you got a.
I mean, if it was $250.
You got cable
right?
from your spot riding it is making your Magneto.
Oh yeah, Magneto Land.
Yeah, Magneto Land. Yeah, they making this.
That's cable.
right.
I think that gun's too big.
Yeah.
Well, and it seems there's like
doesn't
poor
it have like
timing
a
with
Deadpool or something under them.
Just seems like poor timing with XMs and sideshows too. I don't know.
That's what they've been doing. They've been releasing.
Or did they do it on purpose?
Yeah, according to Sideshow's releases, they released just on the same time Sideshow put up
there. Again.
Huh.
Yeah, anybody who has a bad taste in their mouth about the
give you another
piece
option.
swings right over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
I saw a picture with this where Deadpool is down there too.
Yeah.
I don't have that one. I ain't get this.
He will be coming with Deadpool at the
Definitely
bottom.
a lot younger looking face.
Yeah,
like
I don't know where this is from.
It was
like he's holding that other gun to Deadpool.
It was from the torso up of Deadpool almost, I think.
Say it again?
It was from the torso up, basically. It was almost like half of Deadpool, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's holding that other gun to his head.
Who made
Right.
it? Fan art?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fan art.
No disrespect out there. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of this one, bro.
What's this? Zombie Wolverine?
I don't know what this is.
You ain't disrespect to me.
What do you think, A10?
This would look good as a painting.
Like a vampire.
That's Vampire Wolverine.
Yeah, it's
Right.
it's cool for people who are looking for it.
Is it Tim? If I'm not
Castlevania Wolverine.
mistaken, a moment where everyone in X-Men turned into vampires.
Vampires, yeah.
So this is where it's from.
Okay.
Okay.
So these are from these from Star Wars Celebration. This is Samurai Star Wars line. Yes.
Okay.
Who's making this for?
Hold on. They had it. Tamishi Nations is making these.
Tamashi.
Okay.
1/6.
So I think these might be one.
These are figures.
Little 1/12, I think. The action figures.
They small, yeah.
Oh gosh.
Is there? I mean, there must be some sort of market for samurai.
Yeah, because they make a lot of these. I've seen a lot. I mean, it's not for me particularly, but
it's not for me either. But I mean, the designs or concept is cool. It's just not my, it's just not the character anymore. I think you remove it so far from what its
look
original.
At this and do you feel Star Wars at all?
No.
I mean, I can not
do
immediately.
You feel Star Wars at all when you see this?
Not really, to be honest.
I don't.
I'm thinking rather Japanese.
Like, everything doesn't need to be samurai version.
Yeah.
Right.
Nope.
So here's a print of Venom versus the Hulk. He giving the chicken wing.
Okay.
Bit of a position.
This is sculpted by Troy McDevitt, right? Or am I wrong?
Honestly, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
It was like a palm statue to me.
That looks different. I never thought I'd see Hulk grabbing Venom like that.
Here's another one I found.
Yeah, it looked like he was forcing him to do an act.
Yeah.
Oh.
on his way to.
And I don't know if I'd want him to do that with those teeth.
You ain't lying.
That's me.
I don't want to.
Venom
Sure?
Stairmaster.
There is no Stairmaster. It's a myth.
This is Tim
fake
Curry.
news.
This is Tim Curry. That they printed.
Yeah.
Yeah, the It statue they've been doing. I wish I liked the movie a lot more. Yeah. Because this statue looks like it's going to be cool.
It does look cool.
Pennywise.
Mm-hmm.
Museum for the win.
And I want to get into some horror stuff.
Thor, is that quarter?
Yeah, 1/4.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be nice.
Now I thought this was going up, but I don't think it is. I think somebody bought this, so I don't think this is.
That looks hot.
Yeah, the dude from IBD bought it.
Yeah, he bought it. Yeah.
That is smoking right there. I should like it different. That Rama so much.
It's Prime 1 Venom with Spider-Man on him.
Seems.
Yeah, even the sword.
Yeah,
that thing's not even close to Prime 1.
What's going on?
I think he ripped his tongue off or something, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I see. At first, I was like, it broke. Oh shit! But now he ripped
The
it.
base looks like my Venom from Prime 1.
And his foot is on
Like
his
a smaller
tongue.
version.
Okay, yeah, that's crazy.
Cheaper version for sure.
Yeah, like a small version.
And this, I think, look pretty sick. This is fan art, Black Manta.
Yeah.
Can I get the base only?
Over the Prime 1? You like this one over the Prime 1?
I do. Yeah.
I like
This is
I like
my
Oh,
it over the Prime 1 also, but I still don't. They could go with Mantis, man.
No, I like the Prime 1 better. I don't know that body seems. I don't know what it is about it, but it just it seems off.
Very skinny for some reason.
You got a tight waist.
Anorexic. Oh yeah, anorexic. He needs to go eat something.
Somebody feed him a cheeseburger. I would take the base though. Can I buy the base?
Yeah, the base is sweet.
Listening?
Yeah,
Can I
that's
just
gorgeous.
buy just
Yeah, the base is nice. Base is really nice,
I would love to put my green Phoenix on that base.
especially if light passes through like that.
Hell
That
yeah.
looks nice.
This is Kotobukiya Artifacts Hulk. I think it's 1/6 scale.
I actually like that piece.
Oh, okay.
I actually like that piece.
Is that the same picture as that first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually like that piece.
That first. Oh wow. Okay.
Wait, this
It's
is
just real
lower.
low.
And then
Okay,
they
yeah.
went
From
higher.
there, I really like it. Yeah, that's under it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that with that shot.
Actually, I saw some pictures.
So this is probably like 300.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I actually like that piece.
Yeah,
that was Ryan. That was Ryan.
Yeah, it's a 1/10. It's a 1/10. Yeah, that's the line.
Oh, smashing.
Oh, 1/10.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
With the line that they made right now with Captain America and all those lines, that goes with that. Thor.
This
Okay,
is a fan art Sinestro. I think looks pretty tight.
Yeah, I like that.
That looks really good.
That thing was good.
That paint job looks really nice.
Doesn't it?
Mhm.
Color's wrong though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gold instead of yellow. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Or bronze. or
That's
something.
kind of like copper.
Yeah.
Is this the one with the dragon on it? I can't remember.
I think this is that one, Sims.
Yeah.
Looks great though. The paint is super clean on it.
Yeah, I like it.
Check out the
Damn.
buns on him.
Another
Ah,
another Lobo.
It's a fan art. It's a fan art logo.
Is this a fan art?
Yeah.
What size is that for?
This is 1/4. It looks like.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's an awfully big base.
Oh wow! Oh shit! Yeah.
Does anybody
Damn,
know
okay.
Sinestro at all? Like any of his lore? Does he ever go Orange Lantern?
No.
No.
There's only one Orange Lantern.
Who's that?
His name is Larfleeze.
Larfleeze.
Yeah, that's his name.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I just feel like I don't know. I the base looks. I don't know. I just feel like
It takes a lot away from the character.
Yes, correct. You got it.
It's too big.
Like, too, I don't know.
Feed me,
I mean,
Seymour.
Lobo is a big dude, and you know how small he looks next to that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that shit was for Ryan if he showed up. This is Starship Troopers. By Gantaku.
Okay.
If anybody was a fan of that shit.
You want to live
yeah.
forever?
The movie with the bugs.
Yeah.
The best part was the shower scene.
The shower scene.
That movie is funny.
How much is that for?
I'm not sure what the price is. It'd probably go up on Sideshow because their stuff has been showing up on Sideshow's site. So
Really?
yeah, that's what
like
Gentaku, okay.
Yeah, they doing that Samurai Showdown stuff and Castlevania.
She got that from Sideshow?
Yeah, she got from Sideshow.
Elba got that from Sideshow? Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
I think Prime One was gonna do a, but I think they never did go through.
And you got
I'm
Kaneda.
not against getting some anime. Akira.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Yo, Manimal is saying that Lex Luthor was a Orange Lantern in Blackest Night.
Really?
He was.
Hated it.
Ha.
Okay.
Oh, Lawrence Older.
Yeah, I don't know that.
And then this is the Shadow of the Colossus from Prime One coming out with
I never played this game.
Me neither.
I'm so mad at myself. I never played this game.
Yeah, they did a
And I
remaster.
hear so much talk about it, how good it was. And
We got Tiny to do this.
I might have to download that one day.
That's really cool, man. I don't know anything about it either, but
I have to download this game one day.
Stabbing him in the head.
Climbing up all these titans and killing them all.
That's for you, Johnny.
People love the game though, so I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, I'm gonna be getting that one.
You are? That's fine too, isn't it?
Yeah, I
This
think I'm
is
gonna
quarter,
go.
isn't it?
I think I'm gonna go all in on this line, man. After seeing that, did you get the Tony Stark hit on there too?
No, I got it too late.
Oh, okay.
This is quarter scale, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
quarter. It's for end
This is
game.
quarter scale.
Yeah, quarter scale end game.
Yeah, I saw the Iron Man.
That looks good. Iron Studios said Iron.
Full reviews.
Iron
They
Studio
said
flexing their muscle.
full reviews of their end game line will be April 27th. So they say. So they've already done this teaser and they've done the one for Iron Man.
Yeah, I won the Iron Man.
Yeah, the likeness is amazing. It's crazy.
Who's on this one? I don't like.
I think it's a fan art.
I like. Yeah, I like the. I like the Prime one. I'm not sure.
I like this. I like this though. I don't know. Because I like that they have all. I like that they have the whole body sculpt in there.
Oh my
and she's
god!
not, yeah. It has more detail in it that way.
The movie's good, man.
It seems she's probably right, but she seems skinny to me right there. But I mean, it's probably the way it's supposed to be.
I mean, I wish Prime One would have done two versions where they had like a full mechanical.
Prime One.
Yeah, I feel like they should have done a full mechanical body and then
You just want to see her with no clothes on.
the one like they did.
You
It's
nasty.
it's a mechanical body. What do
Oh, you
mean?
nasty, John.
Y'all crazy.
You know Prime One is
Let that girl keep her clothes on.
like you see but you see the Hot Toys. You saw the Hot Toys figure, right?
Yeah.
They had the Hot Toys figure where you could have the cool mechanical body or the black leather.
Johnny could take the clothes off the body.
My only issue with Hot Toys is the joint the joints.
Yeah. And too small too. I don't want a 1/6. I don't want a 1/6 scale, but
sometimes they use the Phison bodies and they hide the joints, which is cool.
Yo, hold the phone.
I think this will be.
Trooper statue is 47 by 26 by 53 in inches and weighs 132 pounds. What the fuck?
What the hell?
Yo, Rapture, that's gotta be
I'm
a
glad
joke.
I don't.
Yo, what the fuck, bro?
And he said it's 6 scale?
Inches? Yeah, 1/6 scale. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That bug from Starship Troopers.
This Fano is amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Holy
you like this, don't you?
Yeah, I love this Fano.
I'm glad.
It's amazing, bro.
I love this.
I mean, look at
now hold on. So is this a render or is this the actual? Wow. This is a render, right?
It's a render. Yeah.
Look at that, man. Wow.
Is this a render or?
That's a render.
Yeah, because I'm like, I want to see them get those bodies. I want to see the bodies that were on fire. I want to see that. Like, see them get the bodies glowing like that.
Yeah,
this is awesome.
That looks
he's
great,
just
dude.
Now,
he's just showing us all his grunt.
You think this?
Wow.
Because that looks great. If they could get those bodies, those burnt up bodies looking like that, like where they're still burning. But
pulled it off when they
you think this is the right time to do this one, or
that's banging, bro? And they put a lighter feature. If they put a lighter feature,
should they wait?
No,
that would be cool. But should they do this now, or should they wait for Shazam 2? Should they wait for the
I think Black Adam getting his own movie, I think.
Yeah, that's Black Adam.
Yeah. This is Black Adam. This is
Black Adam, that's what you said.
Is his movie coming out before Shazam 2?
His
movie's coming before Shazam 2?
I don't know.
Yo, they gotta put a lighter features inside those bodies, bro. They put a lighter features in those bodies and let that thing glow like that.
The Rock said that they were waiting to see if Shazam was going to do any good, and now they're going to make his movie. So the second movie is actually going to.
Oh, so they're going to do Black Adam and then Shazam 2. Okay.
Yeah.
So they
they need to switch out Rockhead or something.
Holy shit!
So they got the exclusive head. What y'all think?
I hope this costs $1,400.
That's next week, baby. That's next
I
week.
hope this. I hope this
I'm gonna be
juggernaut prices.
This is gonna be $1,400.
Oh, PO comes next week.
Next week, baby.
We're opening this up next week.
I am on that for all good.
I hope
it comes with that classic sideshow quality that I love.
Daniel Bell.
Damn, Rapture said 1,700. There's no way. This is the look without the helmet. If I got it, it would be this all day.
I really hope the helmet. I really hope that.
Let me ask you a question, yeah? If this piece is $1,700, how much is the OG piece going to be?
Yeah, I was going to say I like this one, but I like the OG.
I like this one.
Gladiator.
It's going to be 14.
Better.
I like the Daniel.
Y'all are crazy, man.
What's the OG one is him standing, right?
Yeah.
What I'm saying,
I always like the OG one, but how much does that one go for now?
I don't know.
It's like 700, 800 or something.
The last one I saw.
Because I always like that one, but
I mean, it's going for less now because this one's coming out.
Yeah. And you know what? And I don't even know what the base looks like yet. They haven't even showed you what I haven't seen the base on this yet.
Hey,
so
Gary, on the old one,
I know.
I don't know what the
that base is.
Daniel Bell was hyping the base up, though.
What?
Daniel Bell was hyping the base up back whenever this was first revealed. He's
going to have his hand holding the surfer down.
Oh.
Yeah, he made a comment like, if you're a fan of the comics, then, you're really going to love the base. It's something.
Yeah. Like I said, they're making that Gladiator Surfer. I said that forever.
So he just body slammed Silver Surfer or something?
Yeah, Silver Savage.
Or it's like a broken board. Maybe it's a broken board.
Oh, Silver Surfer.
Okay, if that's true, this is going to sell up.
it's gonna sell out. I'm gonna hit that button the first day. I don't, like I always tell people, no prices. I got a lot of.
Embrace your destiny, Rodney.
I gotta.
They're teasing us like Last Jedi.
Hey, nah, man. I'm sticking to my limit. I already got it on the Predator, the crack tusk. So if this is over 12, I'm not getting it.
This is going to cost more than Juggernaut.
Hey, you can always sell me.
No, it's
you can
not.
always call me. You can
and I won't be getting it.
You can always sell me
Dude, they already have.
What'd you say?
You can afford
it. I can always say, you don't understand. That's my number one bad guy, and there aren't too many Two-Face statues out there. That's my number one bad guy, Junior. I love you, man, but I
remember you got almost all the money.
I gotta keep that one.
You probably have all the money there to buy this one. Just to let you know, that's all.
I mean, you could go to Prime One. They might still have it on their site. You could buy it. I mean, I don't know. That's how I got it. I went to the Prime One site during this summer sale. No. But yeah, there aren't too many Two-Faces out there.
I know. Actually, I'm probably end up getting it in the
I think
you're gonna pick up in a con. New York Comic Con. A couple of vendors were selling them out there. I'm gonna probably pick up. That's my next step, man. I'm gonna stop. This is my last year trying to buy from less statues from companies, and I want to start hunting in cons for like special pieces. We're hitting a lot of cons and trying to buy.
You know how you know this is going to cost a lot? Read what it says right under the Hulk.
I mean,
Matt Cat.
Oh, yeah. hey, why? You want to do a line right now and make a bet?
Oh, do it. Do it live.
What?
Oh, who's making a bet?
That Gladiator Hulk
y'all gonna make a bet on this?
That Gladiator Hulk is not going to be more expensive than Juggernaut. No, there's no way. I will bet on it.
I don't want it to be. I don't.
You know why I think it is going to be?
Pull out them spreadsheets like Ryan.
Because the detail on this thing
is more than Juggernaut.
More than Juggernaut.
I agree.
It
has way more detail.
The reason what you
guys tripping, man.
Okay, so
the reason
I gotta side with Johnny a little bit.
Yeah.
Listen to my argument.
I was gonna say I gotta side with Johnny a little bit.
What does everybody say to the cost? Go all the way across. Start with everybody. Gary, you go first.
I reckon this is going to be $1,250, $1,300.
Johnny?
I'm saying about $1,250, I'll say.
Next.
Me?
Who's
$1,300.
All right. I would say 11 to 13. I don't think it'll be anywhere near Juggernaut just because Juggernaut is only one. Like, there aren't too many Juggernauts. There's a lot of Hulks. So you got that going for you.
What's Juggernaut? 1, 2? How much is Juggernaut again?
$1,390.
Yep.
$1,390. It's almost 14.
I think it's going to be 14.
1,400.
1,450.
Oof. That's what I was gonna say.
What do you think, Junior?
14.
Ooh.
1450 easy.
14.
Damn.
Easy.
Yeah, and then Tim, you?
Oh.
I mean, I want to say 1,300, but he's going to be smaller than Juggernaut.
No, I don't think so.
I'm going
Absolutely.
with.
If he's core scale, he's smaller than Juggernaut.
I think.
Yeah, he will.
No, Junior and 8-Bit are right. I think it's going to be 1,400 for the regular and 1,450 for the exclusive.
And I don't think it's going to be good. I mean, the only reason
I'm not betting, but I don't think it's going to touch 14.
What you guys don't understand is Juggernaut is so expensive because it's the only one. It's supply and demand.
There's no other Juggernauts.
Yeah, Saito's already done 2 other versions of this same Hulk. They're not gonna price him that high. It's insane.
If that Hulk got a Silver Surfer, him smashing Silver Surfer, that piece is going to be 1450.
Bingo.
That Silver Surfer is
1250.
Going to be worth 1450.
1250.
And you know what? The second
1250, and I'm gonna say no because of $50.
And I can tell you exactly what I'll do. If this is $1,400, I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna go buy the Iron Studios Hulk because it's cheaper and it's bigger and it's more. You get more for your money.
The second you see Silver Surfer on that, it's gonna be a Thanos. That shit's gonna sell out.
I'm gonna cop that quick.
I'll buy that for $1.
Where them dollars at? Where them dollars at?
I'll buy that for $1.
But gentlemen, the queen wants your opinion on this because she's very pissed off.
No, don't ask.
Yeah, nah.
No.
She's mad. Why is she mad about it?
I love it. It looks exactly like the Joker.
I'm not into the animated series sections.
Yo, Sims, I love you, bro.
Yeah. Why is she pissed off about it?
Gets me.
It's not the animated. It's not animated accurate to the Joker. It's way off.
No, it's not. It's way off.
Way off. Yeah.
No, that likeness is perfect. Oh God, that's fucking awful.
The queen very upset over this, y'all. I mean, just.
Hey, don't worry about it. What you do, just give it to A-Tim and he'll hook it up for you.
Oh, I can't. I can't sculpt at all.
It's DC. He don't touch DC stuff.
You're not contaminating yourself with DC pieces. It's from Magneto Land, Psylocke.
The only DC I touch is. Never mind. Oh God.
Dirty.
Oh man. Look how red I'm getting.
That's Psylocke?
Yeah, this fan art. You know how it go.
Okay.
I like it.
She looking. I don't. What's up with that mask?
That's
that mask. Masquerade.
That's
her power.
That's
that's her power thing. But yeah, I don't like it.
I like it without
It's cool though.
Baby,
yeah.
You're tripping.
But hold on.
It needs to be a
So with the Lobo statue, y'all said the base overpowered the character. You don't think that's the same thing with this? The base is too big?
Way huger than this shit here.
This is
that's way
this
bigger.
is direct from Jim Lee art, and then they just instead of putting her on a roof, they put her on a piece of Sentinel debris.
Barbara got that on PO. Oh, you go, girl.
Congrats.
But it's like,
Congrats on that.
And I don't think there's much going on with
size
it.
to me.
That shit is super fire.
I like it.
If I'm honestly
I mean, I like it, but
Let it out.
honestly
Let
critiquing
it out.
it, the belt sash is too thick.
Right.
They should include a fabric sash, and then the side blade on her hand. I don't like the thickness or the shape of it, but I'm sure it's accurate. I don't particularly like
Her
the shape
legs
of it.
are completely out of proportion.
Bro,
Yeah,
it
her
looks
thigh
exactly
is like
the-
she has a damn
Yo, pull
thunder
up the
thigh
artwork.
compared to the rest of
What
the
I'm talking about.
Pull up the
He
artwork.
has that line like the rogue in the back.
I mean, I like it. I think she's hot. I'm not a Psylocke fan, so it don't matter. But I like the hip action.
Yeah.
Guys, I feel like I'm getting beat up by everybody tonight. Let me put my fucking X-Men hat on to protect myself.
What the hell is this?
This is from Thanos' quest. This is when he went
What
on
is
the
this?
quest to get the Infinity Gems. Each one of these dudes possessed one of the gems when he got it. So you'll see that in a second. So
these are busts that are being made or
these are
something?
busts
It's
that
a
create
single
one.
piece, yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So you
You
got
can see the gems in
you
his
got the
forehead.
Mind Stone, you got Time Stone,
Rhinestone.
Gold,
Oh, damn.
Power. And you got Space and Reality.
Mine. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
They just
That's
need
the
to add panels in the background.
Mind Stone Cowboy. Well, it's the same producer that's creating the Thanos on Throne that's comic accurate.
Oh, okay. That looks good, man.
So
like
this will be a great companion piece if you have that
so you can
piece.
get this
We'll hit
with
up
it.
before we move on. So they all join up.
Definitely.
It look
Okay.
like you can see the little. Oh, he's got the little stone right there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a Mount Rushmore type of
There you go.
thing. It's cool.
I
Yeah,
dig
it's
it.
fresh.
So this is y'all can pause this people at home. This is the XM list of shit coming out. That's for you, Junior, to study this shit later on, bro. And then I actually got this. So I pre-ordered this long time ago. This slave, the likeness on this looking a little fucked up to me, but.
Is that Princess Leia?
Yeah, this from.
Are they really moving forward with it?
Yes, they say they are. I'm,
They're moving. They're moving.
I put 50 down on it, and I was wondering. I said, this shit still getting made or what? So
that looks good though.
Yeah.
The face needs a little work.
50. Was that for quarter or for 6 scale?
This is quarter. They got them both, quarter and 6. I ordered quarter.
Was that for quarter or 6 scale? For 50, that's not bad. That's all you had to put down on a quarter?
Yeah, quarter, yeah.
Her inner elbow looks super old.
That's super old, bro.
Yeah, that body sculpt looks nice, man.
It looks great.
Yeah.
They officially said
yeah, the
that
face looks a little off, but
a little shade, a little bit more shade would be nice.
Yeah.
Disney.
You're not going to see a licensed slave Leia.
No, they had one long time ago, but yeah.
The picture.
They're not going to approve that. A slave Leia, they're not going to approve that.
Yours going to have armpit hair.
Too worried about getting protested.
Yeah, I'm going to have armpit hair painted on mine.
That's what I'm. Armpit hair edition.
How dare you?
It could be like Hot Toys and just cut a little bit of the head or armpits.
Okay.
So
I think
this just came out today.
I think the face is off on this.
I do too.
I think the face is off.
The
I'm
armpit
sorry.
is exclusive.
I think it's a great statue, but I think his face is off on both ports.
Better than the other one. Like the other one.
That one's better.
Yeah, that may be a likeness thing again. They may not have the rights to do that likeness, but I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they can't get it on, but like you cut the.
I think he's got to change his medication.
The weird thing is that the Trinity that they did and the Justice League line that they did, they all have perfect face sculpts and likenesses. I don't know why this and the Ash are lacking in that area.
Maybe they didn't want to pay for it.
Sometimes though they end up reworking it. Like when they first revealed the Ben Affleck face sculpt for that Justice League Batman, it really wasn't all that, and people complained about it, and then they reworked it, and it looks great now.
They're doing the same thing with Ash right now.
Yeah.
So they might rework this, and it ended up being better because this is the first time they showed it. So
Did everybody see Shazam?
No,
Yeah,
I mean that's all.
I haven't seen it.
I have.
Okay, I heard it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
You surprised me. I went in thinking this is going to be terrible.
This is going to sell big because the movie was really good.
Yeah. I have to get on. I can't see movies right now. I got a baby at home, so it's hard for me to go out to the movies. I gotta wait. Right now,
don't
4K.
say that kind of shit.
Yeah,
to me.
dude. Right now, 4K. I got Aquaman sitting there. I haven't watched. I got Spider-Man first. I haven't watched. I got it there on 4K, and I got Bumblebee from Transformer right here on the shelf too, wrapped up still that I haven't watched. It's hard, man. Tim, you got a baby now. The life ain't over.
Watch Aquaman.
It's hard, buddy. I'll tell you. I saw.
But your life
my son was born in 2012. I saw Dark Knight Rises, and I don't think I actually went to a movie theater for like 2 or 3 years after that.
Yeah, it's hard, man.
It's over, dude. That's it.
Stop telling me the truth. Lie to me. Say nothing's gonna change.
Hey, but you know what? You get something back in return.
Just the first year or two is a little rough, and then it starts getting
You better enjoy sleep, dude. You better enjoy your sleep right now. You're not going to be doing much.
I don't sleep now.
They say,
you're not going to sleep down here.
Up until your kid is 5, you can forget sleep.
Yeah.
Yo, man, you guys are fucking down. I'm out of here.
They're messing you up. They're messing you up.
Actually, need to be locked up too.
How do you guys know? Maybe my baby is going to be a special baby that sleeps, and my life is perfect because of it.
Yeah, right.
How do you guys know?
I hope so, man.
I
hope so.
So just put a nice padlock on your door for your statue room because
don't listen to him, Tim.
Yo, I'm glad you said that because I'm actually working on putting a dummy door, like one of those bookshelves. I'm not kidding at all.
I know you're not.
I'm gonna put one of those bookshelves.
Secret entrance.
And I've been watching videos on linear actuators that are like they're electric, and if you put a fingerprint scanner, the bar pushes open and it pushes the door open and it'll pull the door closed. So you can attach light and sound to that same board, and I would love to have it be like, "Welcome, Professor," and then the door opens up.
Oh, no.
You're gonna drop, you're gonna drop more money on your goddamn doors than your whole collection.
What? Yo, $150 for the linear actuator, $100 for the fingerprint scanner, $20 for the soundboard, $20 for the light. I wire it up. I do the drywall myself. I put the bookshelf in there. It's gonna cost me like $400.
No shit.
Yeah, bro, look, I did the ceiling, dude.
That piece right there, you put the show there, buddy. That thing's amazing, Thor.
Oh yeah, this fan art Batman Who Laughs.
So what is
room tour then?
This is more than a bus, right?
Yeah, this just
I haven't seen this before.
Yeah, this just came out. This he's making one of the Gimp Robin smile and shit.
Yo,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's right up Queens Alley too. Shit,
that is dark. That's dark right there, man.
Yeah,
that shit looks sick, dude.
Then they teased the Gamorrean guard for NYC sculptors.
Yeah, they're good.
Uh-oh.
You know.
Oh, you getting that?
Okay.
No, I got to get the one that George has. The
damn, so they going hard on.
What you say, Rodney?
No, I'm saying they're going hard on Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, somebody got to. Ain't nobody else making the shit. You know, but yeah.
Any more progress on that George R. Binks?
Yeah, the premium format coming down.
Yeah, it's not happening.
And, the last two picks, this for Tim, look like Sideshow. Look like Sideshow gonna be making a Sentinel.
Oh, a bus?
No, it's not.
It's not?
No, so this was sculpted by Marco Plouffe. He's the same guy who sculpted the Punisher and a couple other things this year. This was fully sculpted Sentinel head that they used for the Magneto premium format.
Yeah, they broke it
so
apart.
They fully sculpted the head, and then he destructed it as he was sculpting the statue.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah, I read the whole thing because I was like super interested. Like, oh, I would love a life-size Sentinel head.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
There's a video of Sideshow. The sculptor was talking about it, how they built the Sentinel, and then they kind of took it apart and then used it for the base and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
And that's it, y'all. That's all I got.
Hey, what you had in the box, buddy? I saw you put.
Oh, well, that was the Sabres came in. And,
Carlos Saber.
See, man. So he's on, man.
So his came. All of them came. Unfortunately, I'm missing two cables. I talked to him. He gonna send them out. So these two aren't lit up.
Okay.
These two right here. But his looks freaking amazing. I wish I could pick this computer up and take it closer. But as you can see, it kind of flickers too. A little bit, you know. So Johnny, I know you sent yours out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna send mine out. Maybe another month. I'll send it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on that cable soon too. You know, I just wasn't in the mood to mess with that shit today. But Maul, I drilled a hole in the top so I can send the cable up.
Okay.
And so I taped some of the cables together. So soon as I get the plugs and I plug it up all the way, I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. But
okay. Do you feel like there's some work to it?
Yeah. I mean, I just need the because it's
nice.
It's a cable that joins everything together that you gotta turn it on with. And he only sent me one of them, so I just put it on.
Okay.
So,
I can't wait to see it. Oh.
Yeah, but other than that, the shit looking good, man. Yeah, so
they're gonna look dope when you have them all lit up.
Yeah.
I know. I got to send him Vader so he can mod the whole piece and everything. This damn echo is killing me, man. Yeah. Yo,
the base come in.
So yeah,
Yo, so
man,
Manimal's asking if any of us are feeling the Autobot drift from Prime 1.
Nah.
I mean,
No.
I think they do great pieces, but I'm just not a big.
That's a Ryan statue, probably.
Yeah.
Is it a movie one? Yeah,
I have no idea. I'm just
it's
reading,
it's from the movies, yeah.
If it's not G1, I'm not a fan.
So what's everybody's opinion on ball cream?
Oh Christ!
Like the cream that you would put on.
Bro.
I don't know, but ever since PJ was talking about it on that one live show, I keep getting ads for it on my YouTube.
Hey, Tim, you know what I use it for, Tim? You know what? Take a guess.
What?
All my statues with it.
Oh.
On that note.
Okay.
Do a reaction video.
Oh no, we have a question to ask our
Crazy.
Do we? Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
That's why I brought up the ball cream.
Okay, I
Everybody's
got it.
asking for ball cream and armpit hair.
Oh yeah. You've been on here before. I think you took the survey before, but Lawrence, you must take the open mic survey before leaving this program, sir.
All right.
So first, we must establish. Let's assume for a moment, no kids, no marriage, no nothing. Who is your model, movie
dream chick?
Your dream chick outside. If you were single, sir, what would be your heroine of choice?
Oof, that is a good question.
The world is your oyster, sir. The dark side has granted you this.
I don't think you ever asked me that question.
Man.
So you ever get?
Oh, I got a thing for those brunette ladies, man. So I mean, I always liked Summer Glau.
Okay.
I always liked Summer Glau. I always liked. I
gotta see a picture.
Someone pull that up.
Summer Glau is from that show. Firefly.
Yep. And then she was the Terminator on the Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Oh, I know.
Okay, I think I know who you're talking about. Okay.
So, Summer Glau, you go out with Miss Glau, and you make it back to the homestead, and things are going in motion, and
no, I don't want to participate.
You notice that the armpit hair growth is rather thick now. Would this obstruct your extracurricular activity, or could you participate and ignore this because it's Summer Glau?
No, it doesn't.
So ask the question again. I'm sorry.
If this chick had thick armpit hair, would it stop you from extracurricular activities?
Congregating.
We're talking about Summer Glau now, okay?
No, that wouldn't stop me.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
We lost another good one, guys. We lost another good one to the armpit hair.
Part two of the question is would you marry her?
Yes.
Welcome to the dark
side. Changing the rules all the time.
So we established that you would do it. You would do it for one night, but would you marry her with armpit hair?
Summer Glau.
Well,
She'll
yeah,
never shave it.
I would just, change out her body wash with like Nair or some shit like that.
That is a clever answer.
But that might backfire when she goes down on her.
She's gonna put in her hair on accident.
When she loses all her hair, that might backfire. Backfire.
So, Junior, I leave it up to you. You want to take
They got wigs, sir. You can
That
think
is
about
one
you forgot
way
about me.
that
Mine
you
is
can tell that I sort of look at a woman and like if she can
Hold
pull
on, what
off
did
a
Lauren
shaved
say?
head look and still look beautiful, like that's like you can picture a lady with a shaved head and she still looks beautiful to you, then she's very beautiful if she can pull that look off. Like the lady, and I do not remember her name, but the lady in Black Panther who plays his bodyguard in that.
Okoye?
Okoye, yeah, she's just gorgeous.
Michonne. Michonne, yeah.
Michonne's hot, man.
Yeah, I mean, she's gorgeous, but bald hair doesn't matter.
Yes, she is. She definitely is.
Mine is Gal, Wonder Woman.
Ooh, good choice.
I'll get that. That's my.
So no armpit hair, no problem.
And I still would like to keep her in her Wonder Woman outfit.
Ooh, you a big freak. I know that. That's on you, Jack.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Armpits or no armpits.
Here you go. There you go. The Punisher hold it up there for you.
I can't believe it, man.
Yeah, believe it, brother.
I can't believe it, man. We're out here picking these girls because they're so beautiful, but we don't care if they have armpit hair. It doesn't matter.
Yes.
What is her take on the black hole?
Yes.
That's what I want to know.
Embrace it. Embrace it.
Nobody cares about armpit hair, man.
I care. I care more about if she knows the stages of a dying star than her armpit hair. God damn it. Fuck.
If she thinks the Earth is flat, it's
lose another one.
Oh, that for sure.
That's out. That's out.
I feel like there's a Chewbacca moment coming.
Oh, that's funny.
Let's do not bathe that snow.
Red Hood said Amber Rose. She's a sexy bald chick.
Oh yeah,
Rose, yep.
Right.
She's from Philly.
Archangel's calling me a Wookiee.
Yeah, and she bald.
Well, all right, y'all.
All right, man.
Appreciate
You're not going to talk about Endgame?
Ain't nothing. We can't really talk about nothing yet.
Oh, dude, we some predictions.
What?
Hey, Tim. May 18th. Let me see if I take you up on that offer, my man.
Yeah, definitely, bro.
That's
I'd
him?
love to have you come.
Yeah, I'll come hang out with you guys.
That would be so awesome, man.
Yeah. I'm out.
Yeah.
So May 18th is the weekend, huh?
That's it.
I'm gonna have to send Jeremy an email. A text.
We're gonna do Endgame next week, guys.
Go up there.
Oh, cool.
Give me a statue, have a cookout.
Spoiler friendly, you know.
Thank you again.
I just want to send a message to folks, Master Barber, and to all the Arsenal fans and all the Gooners in the US of A. Yeah, Champions League, we're having a laugh. Yeah, Champions League, we're having a laugh. He's magic, you know. Maurizio Pochettino, he's magic, you know. Maurizio Pochettino, come on, Spurs.
No, jeez.